the show begins officially here. Nimekuambia kwamba tukirejea tutakuwa tumeketi na viketi kwa kiketi na wageni ambao wameshafika hapa, wengine wamevaa koti, wengine t-shirti, wengine jaketi, lakini tuko hapa tuhakikisha kwamba Yesu Kristo ameweza kutukuka. Of course today's theme is very crucial as far as the leo is concerned, because mental health is so important, na tukasema kwamba leo lazima tukazidi kuzungumza. Na of course hatuwezi anza show ama hatuwezi anza mazungumzo kabla mjajua wageni ni wakina nani. So tutaanza na mkono wangu wa mkono wangu leo tunaanzia wa kulia. Tutaanzia mkono wa kulia sasa kwa sababu tuko hapa. Now this man here is a legend in this nation. This man is a legend in this nation, by the way. Yeye huwa anapenda kucheza mpira. Okay, kuna mpira ambao unampenda sana. He's a rugby player. Before that, aliamua kwenda Kosao Primary School. I'm telling you, all the way from Homa Bay High School, alafu akakuja Great Lakes University, an MKU alumni studying community health and development, a firstborn among 4 siblings. I just got married the other day. Hata sijui kama amemaliza honeymoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you this man here is a legend, a Jesus lover, an intercessor, and also a husband. I want to bring you one and only Martin Owila. Karibu sana. Microphone ndio hiyo hapo bwana. Lazima ubonge na microphone.
Asante sana. Thank you so much.
Karibu sana bwana.
Nimefurahia kuwa hapa siku ya leo.
Hey, it has been many days
Yes.
Lakini karibu sana.
Yeah, tunashukuru sana.
Hey.
Asante.
Na kile tunafunza rugby maze. Mimi rugby nachezanga maze tu ni ya ndoto.
Karibu hata huko mbali. Tuko tu hapa hivi KCA, KCB Rugby Ground. So ukifika hapo you are welcome.
Unachezanga timu gani kwanza?
Nachezea KCB Rugby Club.
KCB Rugby.
Yes.
Lakini shida bana unagonganga mseba na kuumbo maazeni kana kwamba amekukosea maazeni.
It's just like a game like any other, though rugby ni venye it's much physical. Yeah, but the more you train the more you enjoy it. Hata watu ugongwa kwa macho.
Lakini bana mimi unajua injuries za futa ni mingi kuliko za rugby. Lakini rugby ndio mnagonga mtu kofi ya yellow na ngumi ba. Bari karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yes. Next online. Nasamanga next a beautiful one. I'm telling you. The first sighted girl on this show. Ako hapa. Tulimuita na akaitika. Anaitika nani? Anaitika, I'm telling you, all the way from Dembwa kule Taita, akakuja Dembwa Primary, akakuja akasoma Mray Secondary School ama High School, akakuja campus akaenda kwa kina Owila huko Maseno, akasomea psychology, a firstborn and also a firstborn among 2 siblings. I want to bring you the beautiful one. I'm telling you, the beautiful one, beautiful Edna Samba. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. Habari ya Taita?
Taita kuko sawa. Baridi tu, but everything is okay.
Sasa baridi ya Taita inaweza ita hii Nairobi?
Ya Nairobi imeshinda. Yeah, because coast, tunajua coast is a blend of baridi na joto sana.
Joto ndio sana.
Yes.
Baridi inaonekananga tuko mbali nje 18.
Yes.
Lakini karibu sana.
Thank you for having me.
Your future is bright.
Thank you.
And also you are not married. Mtu wangu kama alikuwa anashinda niuliza kuulize ako katoto kamekuja kamefikisha 18. Okay. You are a graduate.
Yes.
Mtu kama alikuwa ndani ati wewe unajua hapa kwa studio yetu, kwa station yetu kuna msichana anaitwa Stella. So watu wanadhani anga kwa class 6. But welcome.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana. Taita ni wapi? Unajua pia mimi nishaikuja Taita hapo. Kuna siku nilikuwa nimekuja kutafuta plot hapo.
Kuna constituency inaitwa Mwatate constituency. Yes, as you go up towards the Taita Hills. Yes.
Hapo ndio mnatatia hapo Mwatate.
Kabisa.
Tukiwaita hapo mnaitika.
Kabisa.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Oh yes. Next, this one here wanamuitanga the Iron Lady. Amesoma. Ako hapa, I'm telling you the truth. Sikia sasa. All the way from Githunguri, Kiambu. Huyu alisomea shule ya mababi. She's a Barbie girl and also a Jesus girl also. Akaenda Kijabe Girls, alafu akakuja akasoma shule the best school in Kenya ya business inaitwa the NYS Business Studies, akasomea pale NYS akasomea business pale. Alafu also a student at the Dedan Kimathi University studying security management and forensics. Mnasikia hiyo Alafu is married. akona 3 beautiful kids. Amesema nisipoinsist hiyo hata ongea show inaisha. Our 5th born among 7 siblings. I want to bring you one and only Liz Njau. Karibu sana.
Asante, nashukuru. Good to be here.
Good to be here. And also I'm so happy to see you by the.
Thank you.
No, nakaa smart.
Asante, nashukuru. Yes.
Do you love zebras?
Can I pass that question?
No, if you okay, then okay. When was the last time you saw one?
Me, I live in an area where we encroached the animal orphanage, so yeah, we see them every day.
Wow. So between a zebra and a giraffe, ukiambiwa upige moja na selfie picha unaweza piga.
Zebra. It's very calm and beautiful.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And also the colors.
Yeah, me and the colors you see we are together.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
The future is bright.
Thank you.
Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, huyu jamaa sasa ako hapa na kwambia yani all the way from Javarbar. He's the only person from that region who doesn't run marathon. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you this one all the way from Brooklyn Primary School. Akaenda pale sasa shule ya mnasikia hiyo jina Brooklyn. Alafu hii jina nimeambiwa nisome vizuri sana. Chepkongonyi atatuambia vizuri. Hiyo please ndio niatie hapo ndio nisichomee watu wa area fulani. Alafu akaenda KU akasoma biochemistry and also is a second born among a crowd, a multitude of people of more than disciples of Jesus Christ by 2.
Absolutely.
Among 14 siblings, I want to bring you a single man who is not married, but also loves Jesus and also is so passionate about Jesus Christ and the kingdom, the kingdomics. I want to bring you one and only Okanda Eugene. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Welcome, sir.
Umesema Broccoli ka sound group of schools.
Yes, it is.
That's somewhere in the bush. Yeah, but I went to Broccoli Primary School. Then I went to Chepkongony Secondary School, mixed day school, mixed day school, boarding, everything. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I went to Kenyatta University, and currently I'm pursuing my master's at Africa International University. Yeah.
What are you mastering in?
I'm doing masters in theology.
Theology.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about preaching and dividing the word of God.
Wow.
Yeah. So
the future is bright.
Thank you. It's already bright, like these lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brighter than you can imagine.
Yes.
Alafu mimi nikikuja kwa ukishamaliza, alafu kuya pasi mimi nitakuanga hapo Asha. Kwa kota sadaka. Alafu ndako na kugawia yenye na feel.
Absolutely. But I've also authored a book, The Pressure of Being Gifted. Yeah, I'll be talking more about it during the conversation.
Build up. Yes. Hey, lakini sura iko kwa hiyo kitabu bro. Imeweza bro.
Yeah, ni sura tu.
Imeweza ba. Na kwa ground ni same by. Zote ziko sawa kabisa.
Thank you.
Karibuni sana ndao tukunywe juice. Unajua tumeshakuja kwa garage sasa. Hii side watu hawakunywi ama uko mlimani president. Wewe kunywa juice ba. Ya wila. Ama mkicheza rugby mkunywange juice.
Azika bali. Juice colorless.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, ambao you are watching, wherever you're watching us from, you remember we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Signet everywhere around the globe. Watu wote wa, Messi alinitext, alinbox akaniambia kwamba I'll be watching the show. So thank you very much. Umefanya poa sana to come to the US. Kwa hivyo thank you very much. Your future is bright. Now, watu wote wa Italy, thank you very much. You are always tuned in. UK, na UK ya UK, si UK ya Ukambani, UK ya UK ya by the way. Remember tuko hapo. You want to speak to me, enda pale YouTube, tuko live. You can leave your comment there. Na pia Facebook we are live. And then 22914. You can go there, alafu kaweze kuachilia comment yako, itakuwa poa sana. Tumekuwa na a lot of questions, a lot of mambo mengi sana about mambo ya mental health and Owila.
Yes.
Maze, when I sent you that poster, ama wakati ambapo tukasema we are going to talk about this thing, this theme, what came into your mind?
Personally for me, what came into my mind, I relate with sports a lot. So just the same way we do our physical health and our physical trainings, what came into my mind is then how do I improve on my mental, like mind capacity? And I think one word that came was just the mind. Yeah, and understanding that we are made up of body, mind, and soul, then becomes key.
Yeah.
It means there are certain nuggets, there are certain things that we need to put in place to be able to train the mind, to train the body, and also to train the spirit. Yes.
Wow, so nice. Chukua sema kwanza unajua show imeanza, imagine ndio garage imeanza. Edna, tuko set. Maze uzuri is how important is mental health. Unajua kuna watu kama Willa wanaendanga gym. Hata kuna mtu mwingine pia anaendanga gym hapa. So we are training so much on the physical, but how important is mental health?
So mental health is vital. It contributes to the holistic development of a human being. Ni vile tu utasema you can't be okay unless every other area at least is functioning productively. So when you're healthy, that means you're spiritually okay, you're physically okay as well. So mental health aspect cannot be left out when you're saying you're generally a healthy person. So it has to be included when you're talking about the health status of someone.
Wow.
So it's very vital, very vital. Cuts across all ages, the young, the old, the male, the female. Yeah.
Wow, Liz.
Yes, please.
Unajua wewe umekuwa kwa hii kitu ukifanya kazi sana na watu wanaumia huku nje.
Kweli.
Watu wanaumia mambo ya mental health. Unapata mtu kitu kimetendeka, then wanatoroka, wanasema mami anipendi, boyfriend yangu ameniacha, sijui nini. Then we take ama people take crazy actions, ama wanachukua act, mtu anajiua, mwingine anasema I don't want to what are some of the maybe causes of these mental disorders ambazo we can tackle?
Mental disorders, like you said, they have different clusters because most of the times what people look at as mental disorder is usually a mood disorder. So there's a difference between those two. So a mental disorder is one that has been psychiatrically or medically diagnosed by a doctor. You feel like depression, stress, schizophrenia, those ones. But most of the times, people do not know how. The last time I was here, I think we differentiated between depression and stress. Depression is usually prolonged periods of stress that is not attended to. And remember, you could be depressed, but you're not stressed. Or you could be stressed and you're not depressed. Like during the COVID-19 in 2020, most people became stressed. But if you asked them, they would say, I am depressed. Because they became stressed because of one thing. They lost jobs. Their lives were turned around. Some were sacked. Some, some lost even relatives and friends. So they had to downgrade from their lives. And you see, stress is usually the reaction of a human mind towards a certain situation that you don't know what to do. So when you get to a place where you're so stressed, you're not attending to it. It becomes so long, it becomes depression. Now, depression leads you to doing so many other things that even portray even your mood disorders and other things, your personality disorders, they just come out because of the depression. So when someone is suicidal, we don't say they are suicidal because they are stressed. Most of the times it's because they are depressed. And when you get to suicide, I usually say suicide is usually the last of the stages of depression.
Kwa hivyo depression iko na stages.
Yes, it is usually towards the end, yani. Life imekuchapa, everything is not going the way you want. Kitu imebaki ni wewe kujiondoa kwa hii equation. You've not sought medical help, you've not sought therapy, you've not, So suicide ikifika ni mahali mtu anasema they want to commit suicide. It's usually the last straw on the camel's back. Yes.
Maybe kugusia tu haraka maybe utu to stages. Unajua ndio kuna mtu hapa anawatch anasema mimi naona kana kufa kesho. Lakini sasa uje stages maybe just to mention them ama tupitie tu ndio watu so that the person who is in a certain stage anaweza ona penya yako.
What I'm going to tell them is this. Someone had asked me that question today when I was coming. And when it comes to depression, you have to go and get it diagnosed by a psychiatrist or a medical practitioner. I ain't gonna look at you and tell you, hey, yo, Mihona, you're depressed. I can't do that. But there are things that you're going to be doing that I'm gonna tell you, na siku hizi kuna ABCD that is not really working out well. Because one, you develop very bad anger issues. You develop very bad emotional issues. You become so angry, like you become so bitter. You're not reasonable at all. We can't sit here and talk for a minute without you flipping. You start withdrawing yourself from people. Someone like Oira, who is a rugby player. I almost said basketball because I'm a basketball player. Someone like him who's a rugby player, he's not interested in things that used to bring him psych. He doesn't want to go for training. He doesn't want to go for games. He doesn't want to sit down and watch rugby like he used to. It's not because he can't. It's because his system is crying out for help. That is what people don't understand. So most of the times you find someone is segregating themselves. I don't go out. I don't go speaking to the people that I used to. I don't love doing what I used to. People start saying, huyu ni maringo ako nayo. Huyu achana, huyu ni stress zake zinamsumbua. Hiyo ndio kitu wanasema, huyu achana na stress zake. Huyu aliomoka alipata job ingine. She's too busy. Wow. Any single time you notice someone is not doing the things they used to love to do, please try and ask. Wow. Oira, why aren't you going anymore for training? What happened? You know, if he's not coming, if he's not picking up your calls, I usually say, you probably making that phone call to him could change every other thing.
Wow. You making that phone call to them could
change everything.
My brother. Sasa she has mentioned something. Ya kuona msee ame withdraw alafu mnaanza kusema wewe msee amejichocha wewe achana na msee. How do you handle that? Because unapata hii life yetu mazee kuna there are many things. Kuna sanguines. Naona kama mimi ni mpole. Lakini kuna sanguines wenye nabonganga sana huko nje na get. Unaanza wewe Mike wewe achana na hizo. Wewe acha kujichocha wewe. Unajifanya saa tu kwa simu hata unasoma au nini. Then unapata mazee tumemesi. How do you deal with that?
You know, that's a good question. You know, the reason why your mental wellness is important is because your mind is a powerful tool. And it's so interesting that there's so many things that are happening around us, they target our mind. It's so interesting that Paul writes to the church of Rome and he tells them, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind, so that you may be able to discern that which pleases the Lord. God's will is perfect, good, and pleasing will. And therefore, when it comes to now, when you start seeing people within, possibly in a social setup, and someone is withdrawing, and possibly they are pulling out of certain activities and stuff that they were doing, one of the things is that you need to ask, first of all, is what led them to start behaving that way. It's so unfortunate that in our generation today we struggle with friendships. We don't have authentic friendships. We many times we have people that we know and they know something about us. They're not people, they're not real authentic friendship that you can rely on. And that's why many people, whenever time they are facing a particular struggle or battle, they withdraw because they know for sure this is not an authentic friendship. Most of our friendships are need-based. So if possibly I'm looking for a job, I'll connect with you. If possibly I am single, I'll try hang around with girls or something like that. If possibly I'm going through a particular transition in life, that is when I make a particular kind of friend. And that is correct because even when there are people, when they get jobs and they start earning, there's a particular caliber of people they start hanging around with.
Automatically.
You just start shedding friends and all that. We don't have authentic friendships that can help us carry us through the transitions that we go through in life. That's number one. Number two, you don't seek mental assistant when you are depressed. You need to make sure that, in fact, the other day a friend of mine who is doing psychology, I was interacting with her and she told me you don't go sit down with a psychologist when you are stressed.
True.
You need to actually to routinize your sessions with a psychologist. And for me, I've actually started doing that. So one of the things I'll just go chill out with a friend of mine. We just open up and talk. Many few people do that. You see,
a boy child.
Mostly boy child. Now you don't go looking for a psychologist because you are now depressed. In fact, when now you are getting to a place where you are looking for a psychologist, you are far gone.
Yeah.
Sasa unaanza deal na childhood traumas when you are 30.
Yeah.
You get.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So possibly, what I'll just say is those two things. Our friendships are weak and flimsy, but secondly, we seek mental help when it is far too gone.
Maybe I just wanted to pick up from where is bringing in the
Maze
point.
shoshwanga na wote mnamchanganya.
Sawa.
Shosh.
Kiswahili.
Kana wote.
Shosh tunakuja tumeanza. So just wanted to pick up from where I really stepped by, because as a sports person, there's something that we do, and it reminds me of what the wise men said, that opportunity does what favors prepared minds.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, that which you do in sport, especially in Itwanga training, you don't wait for the season for you to start training. You don't wait for the game tomorrow for you to start training. Inamaanisha lazima kuwa unaenda training before the season. No wonder we call it off season. At that moment kuna food unadishi, you are trying to do your runs, unakimbia hapa na pale, unaenda gym, kama unaenda gym, and that is why we say it. I did a mental fitness training with Peak State, mental fitness, and there's something they write there. They say, you know, as much as we do, and I posted it today in my Facebook wall, that as much as we take time to train on our physical being, the same is also with our mental state. Juu ukitrain, it means that you've built capacity even when injuries come or situations. So what wakisemanga wasi wa rugby si umia sana, there's a way mentally we've built ourselves to a point that hata we mwenye as a player you don't realize. That is why you'll have an injury, someone will finish the game, after game don't realize, hey maze, there's a day I played, I broke my finger. Ikashikwa tu nikaendelea na game, after game you go do your scan and realize maze ulikuwa umevunjika. So the thing here is about preparation, and from that Peak statement of fitness I picked up something in that abbreviation here, PEAK, for us to be able to, because she was talking about now how do we improve on our mental health and wellness. Physical exercise becomes key.
Exactly.
Because inakukumbusha, as much as I take time to work on my physical, you know, state, the mental part of it becomes very key, because it is what drives you. Juu hata kaa ni gym, by the way, huwezi enda tu gym if you're not mentally well, unaweza umia. It's the same thing with game. If you are half pale na pale, unaweza really umia. And as a man thinketh, you become that. So it becomes very vital. And then the E was on environment. Places matter. Uwezi tu sema ati me I'm trying to improve on my mental health, but unakuanga tu na wasee who are toxic, environment yako is negative. You get. So environment matter a lot. Environment becomes a very key place for you to be able to actually improve on your mental health. And then A reminded us of association. He that walks with the wise shall be wise. Ukitembea na magondi utakuwa gondi. Ukitembea na wezi, they'll judge you by who you walk with, because you see, si tumetembea tu na yeye day moja, hapana. We are talking about consistency in walking with someone. Iron sharpeneth what? Iron. So hapa kwa association is also whereby we bring in the professionals. Iwezi kuwa tu wewe unakuja tu kwa beshte yako who is also maybe not relevant with mental health issues. So find counselors, find professionals, find people who can be able to, you know, talk to you about this thing. Kani kuenda kuona pasi and waambie pasi maze, there is this and this I'm passing. And pasi anaweza kuambia maze, for this case then we need to pray, we need to engage this and this. For this other case, we do a lot of career talks in schools. We've done one with Okanda, and we are telling them and encouraging those of us who are really in Christian Union. Ukaa uko na exam kesho. Uwezi sema tisa wewe unaenda maombi all night. End of revise.
Bora naenda kuchapa tanks bro.
Miona, let me tell you, if today you are called for an interview.
Hapo unanirusha nje kwa nini?
If today you are called for an interview and in the interview they ask you what is your name, you don't start speaking in tongues.
Of course.
You say your name. You get it? So exam kind of sema what is photosynthesis. They require you to do what? Write the answer of what is photosynthesis.
Not to pray.
No, not to pray.
Exactly. I think.
Yeah, and it's very, very key, even as I finish with the last K.
Yes.
Remember David. Go and look for someone who is skilled. Saul didn't say endo tafute mzee anajua kuomba sana. No. They wanted someone who is very skilled in that which he can do.
Exactly.
So look for professionals. Look for counselors. I was in Thika last week. I visited Mind and Beyond Counseling Center. Those are some of the centers that, you know, you can be able to visit and get, you know, like a recipe of how you can be able to assist it. They have boot camps, they have sessions, this and this.
True.
So from there you can be able to learn on self-awareness, self-confidence, and those things. And then K, Peak State. K is kindness. Mushanga sana na wase hii season yetu. I mean, our generation is very weird. If you find me talking, introducing maybe Okanda or Edna hapa hivi, if you find someone talking about Miona and you find them now talking about themselves, utashanga. Because we tend to be so nice to others and we forget to be nice to ourselves.
Self-love.
Self-love, self-confidence, self-affirmation.
Wow.
Be kind to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Affirm yourself. Acha kungoja motivational speakers. I've said this thing in this show. Even motivational speakers are also waiting for people to encourage them.
True.
So you find reasons to encourage yourself. You can't be waiting for people to encourage you. Be able to lift yourself. Find reasons to encourage. David said that
before
umefanya Karibuni sau. David alisema aje?
Ngoja kwanza.
I will encourage myself in the Lord.
Before David. Before tulete David.
Yes.
Mimi pia na feel self love hapa. Wacha mimi najipenda sana. Wacha nipumzike nikunywe juice. Tunakuja saa hii in the next few minutes. Kwa hivyo this is Life Garage na hii ndio show ambayo ninapendwa sana the whole world.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Along Thika Road, Roysambu, next to TRM, you find Jewel Complex, a modern building where security is highly regarded. Well-maintained lifts and stairs to get you to your desired floor. The spaces are large, have easy access to both lifts and staircases, and well illuminated by natural light, hence reducing electricity costs, while 24-hour CCTV cameras ensures maximum security. Ideal for modern offices, business suites, hospitals, gyms, and any other business to fulfill your dreams. Secure underground parking is available and an automatic standby generator. 85% of the building is occupied, so hurry now and book your space at affordable prices. For more information and inquiries, visit us at Jewel Complex or call us on 0790 489 461, 0790 489 461. Kampuni ya Kemuma Engineering System ni kampuni tajika ya uuzaji wa bidhaa zote za umeme. Kemuma Engineering System pia wanakuuzia bidhaa na vyombo mbalimbali vya usalama kama vile kamera za CCTV aina tofauti, battery, inverters na fire extinguishers kati ya zingine kwa bei nafuu. Kemuma Engineering Systems pia wanakuwekea ua la umeme kudumisha usalama na vile access control kwenye afisi na biashara. Zaidi ya hayo, wanaweka milango ya remote na huduma zingine nyingi za usalama. Kampuni ya Kemuma Engineering System imekuwa ikitoa huduma kwa wateja kwa zaidi ya miaka 10 nchini na mataifa ya mbali ya Afrika Mashariki na imepokea tuzo kwa huduma bora. Tembelea maduka yetu ya Kemuma Engineering System jijini Nairobi, eneo la Kamae Road kutoka Luthuri Avenue kwenye jumba la Nyandarua House, orofa la pili, room number 204. Pia unaweza kuwatembelea katika tawi la Kema Gaberone Road karibu na mkahawa wa Sagret katika jumba la Pwani Guest House ground floor. Eneo la Kasarani wanapatikana Max Plaza ground floor mkabala na kituo cha polisi cha Kasarani karibu na benki la Family. Kwa maelezo zaidi wasiliana na Kemuma Engineering System kupitia 0721250846 ama 0712828896. Kemuma Engineering Systems, presents security at its best.
Unatafuta vyombo vya muziki? Nam, usitafute tena. Smart Search Limited ni suluhu lako. Tuna vyombo vya muziki aina zote: power mixers, speaker cables, microphone cables, amplifiers, drum sets, condenser microphones, speakers, keyboards, microphones aina zote, guitars na accessories zingine nyingi. Kwa habari zaidi tupigie simu kupitia 0720 046 100 au 0739 046 100. Smart Search Limited, your trusted sound partner.
Njooni tuungane tumsifu Mwenyezi Mungu kila siku ya Ijumaa kuanzia saa 2 ya jioni hadi mida yake ya saa 6 usiku. Wanadamu watakushusha chini. Mwangaza TV inakuletea wakati wa kipekee wa kumsifu na kumwabudu Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kushirikisha bendi tofauti za kumwabudu na kumtukuza Mwenyezi Mungu. Ni kila siku ya Ijumaa. Tazama Sifa Night ukiletewa na Carol Washama.
Waliotaka kutuumiza sisi, waliotaka tuaibike, wao ndio watakaoaibishwa katika jina la Yesu Kristo.
Unatamani kuwa dereva shupavu? Bas, ndoto yako sasa inaweza timia. Unachohitaji tu ni uwe na umri wa miaka 18 na zaidi. Chuo cha udereva cha Jewel Institute of Advanced Driving sasa wanakutangazia kuwa kufahamu kuendesha gari kumerahisishwa vilivyo. Ukipata wakufunzi wazuri waliohitimu na wenye uadilifu, utajua kuendesha gari kwa muda mchache mno. Jewel Institute of Advanced Driving wanakufunza udereva wa magari aina yote, magari madogo hadi udereva wa malori. Malipo yao ni nafuu zaidi. Jiandikishe leo na bila shaka hautajuta. Jewel Institute of Advanced Driving. Drive with confidence.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Oh yes, welcome back mtazamaji. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Signet everywhere around the nation, around the globe, sorry. Alafu leo tuko hapa, I'm telling you, na watu ambao ni wakubwa sana, great people who are in the building to make sure kwamba wewe umeweza kujifunza jambo moja au nyingine about mental health. Na tuko hapa na great people ambayo tuko na Liz, tuko na Okanda mahali pale, tuko na msichana kutoka Taita hapa, she's a professional by the psychologist. Alafu tuko na the great man himself, the president, when I'm the president himself, Owila. Na yeye kujua kwamba yeye pia yeye ni mtu wa rugby, anaweza pita na wewe ukisipojipanga. By the way, before tuendelee,
yes,
before you are doing something on peak,
yeah, I was doing something on peak and I was just saying
just before that.
Asante.
Kuna mtu ameuliza swali hapo, wasi wa rugby, kagari kadogo kama kaviti kamegwama, nyinyi mnangangana ama mnaweza tu kainua alafu mseme maze wewe tungoje huko 5 kilometers kwa matope haina hii. Kagari kama kaviti kamegwama, alafu kwa matope, maybe umeenda mahali Of course nyinyi watu wawili mwezi tosha kwa vitu sijui mtakaua. Nasema maybe kama mtu kamegwama. Mnafanyanga aje kamegwama kwa matope?
Ndio tumsaidie.
Yes.
Sasa tunachukua tu watu wawili wametosha. Tuwezi chukua timu nzima. Juu also ndio pia kuwe mentally fit. Unajua mkichukua timu nzima inaweza mchanganya, si ndio? So I think just 2 people is enough kusaidia that aspect.
Mnakashikaje?
Mnabeba tu.
Mnakaye zaidi nyingine.
Mnabeba. I think I did to next time nikukaribisha uone game. No, see game training. Because we are talking about mental health. I think people need, before you start watching games, go and look at how people train. I mean, it's tough.
Yes, I can imagine.
Game in 80 minutes, so you have to train double that plus.
Yeah. Maze.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Tulikuwa kwa peak.
Tulikuwa kwa peak. So mental health, wellness, kindness. Nilikuwa namalizia nikisema, mental health for me as a mental skills coach, ningependa people to be at their peak state. So that's why I mentioned physical exercise, environment, association, and kindness. And on kindness, I was just saying, maze venye si uongelelea watu wengine wenye wanatubamba in terms of our mentors, coaches, pastors, people that also influence you. It's also good that we have some positive affirmations concerning ourselves. So be kind to yourself to improve on your mental health. Wow. And I know our points are different because I'm tackling it from the point of as a mental skills coach. She will tackle it as a point of psychologist, mental awareness champion, from the point of also a pastorate, because these things now helps us also to grow holy. And nikamalizia nikisema, stop waiting for motivational speakers to motivate you.
True.
Find reasons to motivate yourself, by the way, because there are so many of reasons that you can be able to find to motivate yourself. I usually say, let your motivation be what? Intrinsic. That you woke up this morning is a reason to motivate yourself. That uko na wazazi umepata chakula is a reason to motivate yourself.
Agreed.
That you even have space to talk to someone who is a professional, who is a friend, because kuna wengine who cannot even access those people. Learn to motivate yourself, self-affirmation, self-love. Si lazima ungoje mtu akwambie you are handsome, you are beautiful. Tell it to yourself.
I think
because the greatest strength you have is yourself. Asante sana.
I think I can add to what Owila is saying. One, there's something he has spoken about, people being overly religious and reasonable.
Yes.
We are not against that. But there is no way you're going to come to me and tell me, Achilles, mimi kwangu hata sina unga, nikwambie funga macho tuombe. That is not reasonable. The best I can do, wacha nikupe ile pakiti moja iko before we figure out how we are going to work around this. About self-love and whatever he's talking about. The last time I was here, I told you, they call me a self-love queen. One thing I believe in is this: you can never pour from an empty cup. You do not give what you don't have. There's no way I'm going to stand here and tell you I love you and I don't know how to love myself. I need to love myself too much to be able to radiate it to you. But what happens to people? You go out there, every time you're talking about Owila, you're like, he's a rugby player, he's a good guy, he's strong, he's everything. Then when you come to me, I'm like, aki mimi hata sijui na kuanga side gani.
Kwanza ni economy.
Good. Unaanza sasa kurelate. I thank you. So this is what we call this is one thing I usually tell people about self-loving and self-affirmation. Me, I've even taught my children. Even if someone doesn't tell you you're enough, just know you're enough as you are. Because as long as I know I'm not enough, it's going to be very easy for him to abuse me in that aspect. Because most of the time, abuse comes through the fact that you don't believe in your potential, you don't love yourself too much, and the person you're expecting to love on you capitalizes on the fact that you don't believe on yourself. So every single time you're going to find yourself, he hurts me, but I'm the one who's apologizing for his mistakes. Reason, I feel I ain't enough. I feel he has to validate me. I feel he has to gratify me. So if I keep talking to him and he abuses, that's why you find most people put up with a lot of abuse, emotional abuse, because that single thing of not loving yourself too much. I usually tell people, do not sit on tables where respect is not being served. Pick your seat, set your own table right there. Because as long as they don't respect you, they will not love you enough.
Wow. Edna, chukua microphone. Wewe ndio unajua, niko na swali hapa from self because I think this one is people I think wamechukulia kama a very small thing but it's a very serious one. Wacha nikuulize swali. na uko pale umepost picha yako Instagram. Situko sawa? Ama Facebook. Haki ya nene na uko na watu 4,855
Friends.
in fact friends. Lakini kile utapata pale ati 10 likes 2.5 alafu na comment ya system mwenye umekaa naye hapo, mwenye mko naye hapo hivyo, maybe mko sitting room
na
system na umemtag mko hapo hivyo umemforce tena nakwambia wow. Ama ni emoji moja.
Imagine.
Haki ya nani? Hawa unaanza aje kwanza juu tusaidie hapo. Juu inasumbua wasichana wengi sana na boy child wa squeeze. Wa generation Z.
You know, I think, Love, the way Liz has said, you don't pour from an empty cup.
Yes.
So in a first you have cultivated ways in which you can build yourself in terms of esteem, in terms of just that self-belief, so that when you're doing something, actually it comes from an internal motivation. So that when the external comes, it's actually a bonus. Because you see, when we are depending on external motivation, vile also Owila amesema, sometimes these things don't really meet the need that we have. I understand there's a theory by, now I will go into psychology. There's a theory by Maslow that states there's a hierarchy of needs. So before you actually go up higher, which actually involves the external factors, you have to first fulfill the internal satisfaction and the internal awareness that you're actually enough, you're good enough. So when you don't get the likes, when you don't get the motivation, when you don't get the backup externally, you're actually good to go. So you have the fuel inside to keep you going.
Akid Noeli, unaongoja kwanza. Huyu ni msichana amebuy dress. Kwanza amebuy the most expensive maze, 4,000. Alafu hadi amepiga kama ameonyesha the backyard. Unage? At least backyard ndio ionekana. Lakini hata like moja, hata tu okay, hata ule crush wake hata hajasema kitu maze. Because serious.
Maybe I can help her in that one.
Yes, you can.
Aki washe. Unacheza.
Let me tell you something, Bihona, right now. Aki. Every single time you do something because you want people to validate you, you have a problem.
It's true.
Most of the things that we do are supposed to be according to our boundaries. You can never love yourself enough if you don't have boundaries. Here's what I'm saying. Even if I post a photo right now and no one likes it, as long as I post it and I saw it fit to post, whether you validate it or not is your problem. It's not my problem. And you can only get there when you're mentally strong enough to deal with small things like those ones.
It's true.
Because the first director of the World Health Organization said one day, mental health is the key to physical health.
Mental health is the key to physical health.
Like there is no health without mental health. Because basically, like Steve said, without a proper state of mind and the fact that you're okay and in control, you can't be able to be physically fit. Even if you go to exercise, as long as your mind is not in the exercise, you will not do anything. That's the same with me walking to the gym. If you go anywhere with the mental incapacitation of I can't do this, you will not do it. And if you wait for people to always tell you, Liz, you need to do this, you will never do it. And that's the reason why most people are walking around, they've not found their purpose, because they are always into what people think they should do. Like Owila, if he's not playing rugby, he's probably doing mentoring. But someone else is going to tell him, you should start something else. So you find, because he doesn't have a strong mental willness, he's going to decide, oh, and Mihona is right, by the way, I think I should stop doing rugby, I should start doing this. So boundaries and self-love and mental wellness, they're just intertwined.
Wow.
You can't do one without the other.
Wow. Steve, you wanted to add something?
I just wanted to add, let me tell you guys who are listening to me, the cheapest way of life is reducing yourself to social media. Social media is a fallacy. Man, reducing your beauty, your sense of identity to a social media. Social media is supposed to facilitate our lives, not to be the source of our lives. You get? So when you have reduced yourself to social media so that your identity is worth a like, your identity is like a comment,
emoji, bro.
You will die young. You see, and you see the problem with, I love the topic because it says mental wealth is
health.
Is actually mental health is wealth.
Yes.
You see, your life moves in the direction of your strongest thought. and if you have not protected your state of thinking, because all battles are won and lost
In your mind. Agreed.
And therefore you have to be daily, you have to ask yourself, what do I need to stay mentally alive? And that is a tough question, because your mind is a muscle. You see how people go to the gym and they work on their physical muscle.
Wanaunga.
That is the same aspect of your mind. Your mind shrinks because you have subjected it to a particular environment that allows that process to happen. But your mind gravitates towards growth because you have subjected itself to an environment that allows that to happen. But also, most importantly, there are three things I will mention quickly. When someone is living a mentally ill kind of a state of life, it is an outcome. It is an outcome of a few things that I'll mention. First, it's a broken sense of identity.
Broken sense of identity.
Your identity gives you a sense of belonging. If you are not feeling a sense of belonging, there's a problem with your identity. I can't access a government office if I don't have a national ID, because the national ID gives me access. But now if you're living with a broken sense of identity, and you see, our identity is not drawn from extremists, the extremists of life, whereby you say, the people who love me. You see, even your family is not your sense of identity. It is your source of genetics, but it's not your sense of identity. You understand? So that is one thing that we need to make it clear. Our sense of identity draws from God. Everyone is religious by some aspect. And if you neglect yourself from that reality, you will die not understanding what God made you to become in this world. Our source of identity is from God. Number two is the sense of purpose. You just alluded to that. Purpose gives you a sense of belonging, because now you are able to understand, what am I made of, and for what reason. If you don't have the reason why you are living, you'll always want to create one. And purpose is not self-made. You don't wake up one day and you say, I want to be a rapper. You don't just, it's based on what I'll mention, shape. I think that is derived by Rick Warren. Shape is basically your spiritual giftings, and then the H is your heart, your passions, and then A is your abilities and your skills, and there can be natural, or they can also be acquired. You see, and then the P is your personality. God has actually created us with different personality. Our personality should be a blessing, not a curse. Some of us, we are saying, I am an introvert, and then you actually withdraw yourself from the realities of life. Instead, leveraging on your personality to understanding and asking yourself, what is God, what is the purpose and the end goal of God. But also the last one is an E, the experience. Each one of us, we have gone through life experiences that should shape us to become the better version of ourselves. Now the problem with mental health is this: most of us, we are not allowing our minds to be in a place where it calls the best version of ourselves. We want to be in an environment where we are able to hype our weaknesses, and we are able to feel good with people who makes us timid, people who makes us fearful. But you see, your experience needs to make sure that it's shaping you to becoming a better version of yourself. A lack of purpose in life leads to some sense of mental instability.
Amazing.
Wow.
I mean, I think you'll be on. I mean, the shape model is one of the models that I believe every one of us, especially as young people, inafaa tuweze kuifanya. It's adopt and embrace. Okay, I just wanted to add three things from where he left, and it reminds me, one of my mentors, Bishop David Oyedepo, said something that life is in phases. And men are in sizes. And that is the place. Life is in phases, and men are in sizes. I don't see me size, see size ya mwili ya. But that is it. Life is in phases, and men are in sizes. It's to remind us that we need to live life per time. Be contented. Because that is whereby we also go wrong. Many young people wanataka to compete to a point of also killing themselves, not embracing that, you are in a certain phase of life at time that you need to actually embrace. And one of the things that I remind our young people, our differences is actually what makes our uniqueness. The moment you get that, then you will not want to blend in. You will not want to fit in. You will not want to be like so-and-so. If I want to be like Okanda right now, then we will not be able to enjoy what I carry. And that is it. The moment you want to fake up your your life and want to live your life as someone else, people are not going to enjoy the blessings that you come with. And remember, God tells us something, let your light so shine that men will see your good works. When they see that good works, they'll be able to glorify also God who is in heaven. So understand that you are different. Your difference is your uniqueness. Your difference, and most of our comedians, I think, have taken this very much. If you look at the field of comedy, most of the time when comedy started at some season, ilikuanga, there's a way unaweza enjoy Waluya, there's a way unaweza enjoy Wakikuyu, there's a way unaweza enjoy Wajaluo. It was not sounding so tribal. Why? Because that difference in terms of where that diversity was able to bring some, comedy part of it. And we were able to embrace it. So that uniqueness, that difference, we need to embrace it. Don't feel bad about yourself. On personality, some of us, for me, I'm an extrovert. Sisi hatunanga ugeni mingi. We come to place huko, we fit in. I mean, ni kama tumejuana. But you see, some people will either feel like, ama maybe najichocha. Niko hii kerere ndio imetufikisha hapa. Hii kerere, some of us ilitusaidia sana high school where we are. This noise making, it only means that yes, we were noise makers, but we didn't have content. Yeah, so right now you look at over the years and understand, now I'm a career and mental skills coach. I go to schools, do this and this. Talk to young people about steps in choosing a career or blah, blah. Why? Because we have gone through training. And through that training, now we have content. So that is actually a strength God gave us. Your voice is your strength. Your introvert is your strength. What was he saying to ati, wewe unakuwa umenyamaza sana aje? You can't start now making noise. You want to say, no, be yourself. Be who you are. Embrace yourself. Understand that the greatest strength that you have is actually yourself. Hata Paul mwenyewe anasema, that I can do all things. I exclude. I is also part of it.
Yes.
I can do. So don't just quote it and then unajieka nje. Embrace yourself.
I'd want to add something about that. There's something called social learning.
Social learning.
When a child is born, we normally know their mind is blank, so they're willing to learn and absorb and get everything from the world. But there reaches a time when your mental health needs now you to decide that I want to be a healthy human being. And so the things, when I'm talking about social learning, the things that you're able to learn, you're actually able to unlearn.
True. Wow.
And in the process of unlearning, you're able to now absorb new habits, new characters. And just like we have been mentioning, there are healthy ways of actually maintaining stable mental status, such that you're able to involve your society, you're able to be productive, and you're able to be an effective and efficient human person when you're living. So whatever you're able to learn, you can actually unlearn. It is very possible. When you tune your mind, it is very possible.
And also you, after unlearning, then you relearn.
Yes, true. So you learn, unlearn, relearn, and the cycle continues.
It's a
as long
cycle.
as you're alive, the cycle continues.
Okay.
You don't stop learning.
Now,
You don't stop learning.
Before tukuja kwa dizi, kuna watu introverts. Sawa, okay, watu wapole. Wale watu wapole wenye yani bwana asifiwe, ukoje? Asa, wale watu wabongangi sana.
Yes,
so wakiona kama wile anabonga, wanaona Liza anaongea nasema guy. Hasa watu mbele tu. Yani they really don't know kwamba hii si ati udijichagua ati mtu alikaenda akasema mimi nitabonganga. And then they feel like either we are making noise ama on the flip side sisi mgamini mpole. Owila ndio mwenye anabonganga. Then akiona mtu mpole, then anasema wewe ubongangi kwa nini? Yani shida yako ni gani? So they feel like if you are a sanguine, wewe sasa uko poa. Then if you are an introverted, unaona ama you are a phlegmatic, and then unaona kwamba wewe maisha imekukataa. Yes, unaget. Please able address hiyo kitu because inasumbua watu wengi sana.
When God created everything, he said it was good, and that is it. And that is it actually. So regardless of the temperaments and the personalities, it is actually good that you're an extrovert, an introvert, a sanguine, a melancholy. What we need to understand is that these personalities don't limit you. They just help you to understand who you are so that you can thrive in your areas of strength. Yes. So, and these different personalities actually have strengths. When you study them carefully and widely, they have strengths. So as an introvert, sometimes I wonder, they can't, maximize on their strengths because I'm an introvert, I can't socialize. Actually, that is an excuse for failure. And it's very, very bad. You can actually understand your the different personalities and capitalize on the strengths that these people have. Introverts are really good artistic people, imaginative, because of their state of being withdrawn. So yes, so you cannot say you see, when actually you're self-aware, it contributes to a healthy mental status, and a healthy mental status contributes to you being healthy generally. So it's not an excuse that you are this personality and therefore you limit yourself.
Agreed.
No. No.
Wow, personality. You want to
personally, I want to add on something that Okanda has spoken about in Owila, the shape module. Yeah?
Oh yes.
The last part of it is experience. Right? Most of the people have allowed the experiences they've passed through to define the kind of life they're supposed to live. So every single person is usually saying, you know, I put up a post the other day on my Facebook and I told people, stop every other time telling people, you know, I come from a poor background. Bro, when you get to 30, you're the background. You know, stop it. Yeah, poor. Yeah, you know, I'm from a single mother. Stop it. Stop it. You know,
I'm an orphan.
You know, I'm an orphan. Can you just stop it and drop that one? Because that is something that is giving people a lot of entitlement and a lot of this idea of, I can't work because I'm an orphan. I can't work because I'm a single mother. I can't work because I was traumatically abused as a child. Me, I rose from child traumatic events. If I didn't, I wouldn't be what I am right now. When we keep allowing the experiences that we had to define us, we lose our sense of purpose. Because you're going to get somewhere and you do something and people are like, yo, did you just do that? I thought you were this. So people are going to place you in a place where you're not supposed to be because of the experiences you're giving them. Most of the people have chosen not to heal from your trauma. Most of the people have chosen not to grow from their trauma. Most of the people have chosen not to forgive from that trauma. Forgiveness, I mean, your healing and their forgiveness are not related. You're not supposed to heal because you want to forgive me. Heal for your own sake. Forgive for yourself, because people don't know that forgiveness is for you, is not for the other party. You can love and forgive from a distance. Most people have been defined by society. I love the way Owila and Okanda are saying it. Do not allow society to define the kind of life you're supposed to live. The last time I was here, I told you, people have been put in a box by the society. All of us are there struggling for oxygen. So everyone is trying to lift their head, unagongwa. This is the kind of life you're supposed to live. But as long as you walk with society side by side, you're going to get into an agreement. Me, I told you the last time, I don't do what society expects me to do. I do what life has taught me to do and what God has put in me as purpose. Because if you sit there and allow society to define you, you're going to stay in that circle where Edna is talking about, oh, me, I'm introverted. Oh, me, I'm extroverted. Introvert. Exactly.
Class 3.
So, exactly.
Class 2 second term.
Yeah, it's not an excuse, because every time you start dwelling on personalities, some of these personalities are just learned through the process. You get to a place you relate so much with Owila and you're like, I think my personality and his are twice. Then small tunakosana na yeye, I start relating with Edna. I'm like, I think I'm an introvert. No, that's not the way you do it, because every time you're going to lose yourself in between. There's something he spoke about, authentic friendships. That is what happens when you're not in your own state to live who you are. You're going to keep seeking validation from people and from family. He just said something about your family. People are so encroached on that thing of, you know, he's my brother, even if he does this to me, I can't do it. Let me tell you today, and I'm going to tell everyone who is watching, blood has never been thicker than your mental health. But most of the people are just there, you know, she's my mother, you know, a story was doing rounds, of the woman who was found in Thika, dead 9 months later, and she had 2 sons. The debate was all over. And people are busy saying the Bible says, obey your mother and father. But also the same Bible says in the book of Ephesians, do not make your children, do not exactly invoke the wrath of your children. But people are now so much on this one of obeying your mother and father, but they're still forgetting the same Bible says something different. What am I trying to say? Toxic is toxic. Whether it is your mother, your father, your brothers and your sisters, no one is above toxicity, and your mental health is your responsibility. It doesn't matter whether your sister is the one who is paying your school fees. And as long as you don't set those boundaries with them, you will find yourself in spaces where you should not be. I have a session with a client, and yesterday I was telling her about a boundary that people have refused to set. Time boundary. Every time, I don't know if you've ever been in a place where you call your parent, and the moment umemaliza na kuongea naye unatafuta mara moja ama panado. Juu ile stress yenye amekupea. All the village fights that were there, you're also there, and you are not even there. If you don't set the boundary for your time and your emotional wellness, you will die in there, in between. So boundaries, self-love, and just living your life in being your best space is what you should do. The other thing, protect your emotional space. I usually tell people there is a circle. Draw a circle, there is a dot inside. That is Liz who is inside the circle. All the other people are outside the circle. I'm the one who has the power to agree or decide who stays inside and who stays outside. It is your authority.
Wow.
Yes.
It is your authority to decide who stays in your circle. Because of that, I've also decided to be in a circle of a commercial break.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Jinsi mpishi anavyoongeza viungo kupa chakula chake ladha. Manze, si tofauti na sisi wana school edition. This Saturday ni moja kwa moja hadi Garden Estate Secondary School. Jamani, wamewaandalia vitu exclusive, vitu moto from our upcoming international Mr. and Mrs. And our future music is safe with such music and rap performance. Ikifika ni food, weka mchezo kando. The food competition representative walikuwa inadi vibaya sana. And the full meaning of hype session was all marked here. Tukizitoka in style. Catch these great and amazing vibes from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on your favorite show, School Edition.
Nikalia, akaniambia mama, wewe ni muombezi sana, lakini huyu mtoto hata kufa. Kama si maombi, huyu mtoto angekuwa ameenda.
Umetumia boma langu kuingia katika boma next. Askari yule ameuawa, mimi niko hai, boma langu halijaibiwa.
Ana ina baiskeli nikakuta kama mlima nikafikiria hii nitapanda. Sikujua nikianguka. Nilisikia tu sauti ikisema, "Gai, ni pasta."
Niona kama amenitusi lakini aliniambia ukweli. Aliniambia unakaa chokora kwa sababu hauna baba wa kiroho.
Kiatu yangu iliisha pale chini ikabaki shimo. Nilikuwa naenda nikifanya fumbi namna hii.
Tafuta mtu ambaye aliye na neema. Mtumishi wa Mungu aliye na neema. Ende unyenyekee chini yake.
Kwa maana Mungu ako na mpango mzuri juu ya maisha yetu.
Viwango nimepita ambavyo havijagharimu nguvu zangu, lakini imekuwa ni neema ya Mungu all along.
Kwa hayo yote, ungana nami Kelvin Kariba kila siku ya Jumanne zinapotimia saa 1:45.
Usipitwe na vipindi uvipendavyo katika runinga ya Mwangaza. Unaweza kutufuata na kuzungumza nasi kupitia mitandao ya kijamii kama vile Facebook. Like and share ukurasa wetu wa runinga ya Mwangaza. Tufuate pia kupitia Twitter @MwangazaTV, Instagram Mwangaza TV Kenya, YouTube kupitia Mwangaza TV Kenya. Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Ukiwa na biashara yako ambayo ungependa imfikie mteja wako vyema na kwa njia sabamba, zungumza nasi kupitia 0758487904. 0758487904. Mwangaza TV ni tumaini la biashara yako.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Welcome, we are live. Facebook, YouTube, Signet, everywhere.
Worldwide.
Haya. Na Natures of Florence. Natures of, hizo ni comments unasoma. Natures of Florence anasema good stuff and great stuff. Aha. Liz anasema kwamba Danny love them kabisa. Na tuko hapa na huyu anaitwaje? Terry Karaoke anasema ako watching. Alafu huyu amesema amecheka akasema hehe at likes 2.5. Zile za Facebook. Tulisema zile za likes za picha. Aida Kevin anasema kwamba ako ndani kabisa. Say hi to Liz. Hi Liz.
Hi.
Microphone unajua haja kusikia amesema.
Oh, hi Kevin.
Agoro Robert, mind blowing facts. Zingine zimejifanya hapa zimehanga lakini tuko safe. Tunaendelea. Now, mental health is what we are talking about today, and watu wengi sana wana struggle wakijurumia wakasema, oh guy, mimi by the way mimi kwetu mimi ni an orphan, sijui niliteswa na mom na mother-in-law na hizo vitu kama hizo ama na my grandfather. All those things are there, but what are you supposed to be doing about that one? Because watu wengi wanasumbukana sana pale wakijihurumia, wakienda interview wanasema walinikataa tu juu mimi ni orphan.
I know.
Juu mimi ni Mluya. Juu mimi ni Mkikuyu. Juu nilienda huko niliona hayo majini zilikuwa zinaleta fulani. Lakini juu walienda tu wakifika tu yangu paka nikataa. Wila. Umse anasema pale maze mimi hii kitu nimekataa juu maze mimi ni Mjaluo maze. Waliona mimi ni mweusi wakasema wenyewe hiyo ni ngoma nje. Walichukua upe. Maze said tuko it's real stuff.
No, it's real stuff, and that's why for me venye nilisikia nakuja show. Yeah, at least unaona venye nimejipanga.
Maze.
Nimejipanga juu najua maze complexion I'm fearful and wonderfully made. Nikasema nivae white. Ndio in case camera ifanye nini at least mnaniona.
Yes,
kama unioni unaona t-shirt ya white hapo unasikia whatever we are saying, and that is what is important. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with Manyata Estate. Growing up, it was not. For me, I think every experience God anatakanga to learn from it. It makes us better.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we were tukiingia short kwa na joke tunasema, firstborns we are deputy parents, and that's it. That's it. You have to. I've learned to encourage myself. Yeah. And David encouraged himself in the Lord. We can't put our trust on people. We can't put our trust on human beings per se. And Okanda said it well. We have to put our trust in God. But again, this now goes to those who are recovering, or those who are trying to work on their mental wellness and mental health, those who are trying to come out of bad habit, toxic things, alcohol abuse, maybe pains from the past and stuff like that. For me, I'd just like to tell them that there is hope. And I think that is what we are also selling. But you need to understand this. I call them the 3 A's. Number 1 is awareness. You really have to be aware. Sit down with yourself, have a debate with yourself. Achana sasa na stories zenye unaambiwa left, right and center. You know yourself better. Ukikaa kwa ile corner, this heart cannot lie to you. Tunaweza pretend, tunaweza smile nini, but you know your heart, what you are ailing from. In case kuna kitu yenye inakusumbua, wewe kaa chini, be aware of yourself, understand this and this is what is hurting me, this and this is what is paining me, this and this is what is actually weighing me down, not to be at my peak state in terms of my mental health. And then the other A is now acceptance. Maze, you have to take, and that is a place of taking responsibility. You have to accept that enyewe, this and this has been happening, and part of it is because I've been making, certain decisions and choices that are affecting me. in terms of my mental health. And so I'm aware about it now. I've accepted, I've taken responsibility. Now take action. Acha story mingi. Acha story mingi. You can post on social media as much as you want, but you know what you yourself you are going through. Action. Take action. If it is to visit that professional, enda umwone. If it is to go and see your pastor, go and see your pastor. If it is to see a counselor, go and see a counselor. If it is to see a coach, go and see a coach. But just understand that these different professionals in different fields have different, nuggets of wisdom and therapy that they'll be able to give you. You can't be able to, that you're suffering from malaria and you want to go and see a surgeon. No, just be intentional about the steps that you are taking. And as I said, there is hope. There is hope. I posted in my status na nikasema there is hope. In fact, Job 14:7 reminded us that there is hope for a tree. Even if it is be cut down, it shall sprout again. At the scent of water, at the scent of that visit, at the scent of that prayer, at the scent of, you taking those steps, at the scent of, going to see a counselor, at the scent of, being positive and affirming yourself, there is hope for you. So don't give up. As long as you wake up every morning, just understand that there is hope. There is hope. There is hope. In fact, in my language, we say, nitieregeno.
Nitieregeno.
Yes, thank you.
What does
nitieregeno is hope? There is hope. Nitieregeno.
Sasa kila mtu anasema kwa lugha kwake. Sema naanza na yako.
Nitieregeno.
Nitieregeno.
Kuna matumaini.
Na wewe wachana hiyo lugha yetu wewe. Ongelea hapa.
Hiyo ni yao ya Taita.
Tunawaita aje kwa Taita mnaita aje?
Hope.
Hope. Umeniuliza ikapotea. At least maybe
Liz, nitieregeno.
Edna and Liz. Wetu sasa tunasemanga niko na mwihoko.
Mwihoko
is hapana ya Githore chana nayo. Hiyo kuna mambo mingi. Niko na mwihoko. Mwihoko is hope. There is hope every day. I usually tell people when you wake up in the morning and place your hand here and you feel your heart beating.
Yes.
That's a sense of
Wow,
purpose. God is telling you when you feel your heart beating in the morning, God is telling you I'm not done with you. So there is still hope.
Amen.
Kwa nini mwihoko? Utumishi.
Nitieregeno.
Nitieregeno.
Amesoma na kuconfuse.
Yes. Kusoma somo ndio confuse. Lakini nitieregeno. Nitieregeno. Wewe kama uko sema nitieregeno basi.
Iko tumaini.
Lipo tumaini.
If I can add something on the previous discussion we were having.
Yeah.
I think there are 3 questions I want to pose to the people who are following us in this conversation. Number 1, who are you? Who are you? Who are you as a person? But number 2 is who told you who you are? Because again, the person that affirms us is very key and very important. But the third question is, what circumstances that led you to say who you are? Like for me, just shortly, I was born out of the wedlock. I grew up with a stepfather who made our life so difficult. I grew up in family-based violence. I could see my stepfather beating up my mom every day. I remember when I was at the age of 10, my stepfather woke up one morning and he hacked my mom on the head, on the left hand and on the right foot. I remember it pictorially. And my mom was down, bleeding so profusely. I thought she's dead. Of course, she took the good initiative of...
Unajua ukisema hack, sisi tunajianga kwa hack system. Okay, sema kaambia
like she was cut.
Alimkata na panga. Unajua ungehack. Ukahack.
At least up to where I've gotten, people understand that he was cut. She was cut. Yeah, she was cut on the head, on the left hand, on the right foot. She was hospitalized for 8 months. So I was left home with my 4 siblings, and I had to be a mother to them, take care of them, walk them to school, and do everything that a mother could do. All this made me to grow up with a broken self-esteem and a lack of a sense of identity. And I remember all this made me to fail so badly in school. In primary school, I was a poor failure. I was a poor failure in that even those who were failing more than me, they used to call me a failing, student and all that. I did my first KCPE and I failed badly. I got 199 marks.
You got
199 marks. Yeah. Hata si zombili.
Hukufikisha zombili.
Hata sikufikisha zombili.
Hata bei ya unga ukufikisha.
Hata unga yani
Hata bei ya unga sikufikisha.
Yesu anakupenda. Hiyo ni kesi pia kwanza.
Yeah, resolve.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was hopeful.
Haya ya pili.
So I remember when the results came, I was on call with my mom and she told me I want to go back to school. If you can't study for yourself, go and study for me.
Wow.
And those words were heavy. You know what? I went back to class 7. I went back to class 7, picked myself up again. I did the second time and I got 284 marks.
Hey, nitiere again.
The power of hope.
Geno.
Yeah.
The power of hope.
The power of hope.
The power of hope. So when the results came, 1 month later, when other Form 1s had already reported to school, I went to my stepfather and I asked him, now my results are out. Are you taking me to school? He looked at me profusely and he told me, I'm not taking you to school. Badly. His words asked my soul. In fact, that is the day I contemplated suicide. I went to the back of our house and I took a rope and I wanted to hang myself. I felt like the burdens of life were too heavy for me at that young age. When I was almost committing suicide, I had someone calling me from afar. It was actually my cousin who was sent to call me by my grandparents, now the parents to my stepfather. And that I paused there just to say, many times when you're at the verge of life, God is not yet done with us. You see, we make the conclusions by ourselves. So I went to where my grandparents, so I cleared my face. I don't want to go into much of the stories in the book. I went to meet with my grandparents and they told me, now we will take you to school, but we will not take you to the school where you are called. Experience. Well, experience is unbeatable.
Very, very
so
important.
that when I reported to school 1 month later, I did my first exam. And I got 1199 marks out of 1200.
Wow. Wow.
It was
Form 1.
Yeah, that is Form 1.
The power of hope.
The power of hope.
To cut the long story short, when the results, because I studied in high school, I nilisoma. Because again, mental health is not. It doesn't come because we have laid hands on you.
Yeah.
It comes because you are doing something about it.
Exactly.
And that's what the decision I had to make.
True.
I had to say, you see, poverty is not humble. When I normally don't like say I come from a humble background. Poverty is not humble. Poverty is like inakugonga
ngumi. And there is no honor in poverty.
There is no honor in poverty. No one will stand up for you because you are poor. You get. So I made a commitment to study, and of course, every time I go to high schools, I normally tell students, I don't like telling students, at your just if you sleep now, you'll wake up later. That's a lie.
It is.
You just have to make sure that you have a discipline that keeps you going. You understand? So to cut the long story short, when those results came out, my first cut exam in Form 1, it dawned to me that I was not a stupid student. I'd allowed the issues of life to sink my boat under the water. And that's exactly what people do. Whenever time we have gone through life situations, we allow the issues. The boat will always remain on top of the water if the water does not get into the boat. And you see, in this world, we are like moving on top of this water called the world. And we have to make sure that we are keeping the balance so that we are sailing forward. I did my KCSE and I got a B+, and I was called to Kenyatta University.
Power of hope.
The power of hope. The power of hope. But also it's very key to understand that no one is coming to help you.
Again.
Let me just tell you guys, no one is coming to help you.
No one.
I love that.
You just have to, you see, the Bible says that when the prodigal son was eating with the pigs, the scripture says that he came to his own senses.
No one.
Some of us, we just
the father never went to him.
The father didn't go.
Actually,
he was waiting, but he didn't go for him.
It was not even the sense of the father. Nothing. It was his senses.
It was his senses. And I want to tell my generation, oh my God, please wake up. No one is coming. You see, the thing, we have elevated mental illness to a sense whereby it has destroyed destiny.
Exactly.
Mental instability and the issues and the campaign. I love all the campaigns that are going on, but it's an attack against an identity. It's an attack against purpose. And if we don't awake ourselves, we will continue dying young.
And basically, I think what Okanda is trying to say is this.
the world does not owe you anything.
Yes, it doesn't.
Funny enough, you're the one who owes the world, because it gives you a place to stay and it gives you the opportunity to find your purpose and your destiny. You know, you sit down with people and they're like, you know, me, I'm not even happy. My husband is not giving me happiness. He doesn't owe you happiness. Happiness is a personal responsibility. Happiness is innate. You create your own happiness. The last time I was here, Will, I was telling them this idea of the young people asking when they are dating, like, what is your love language?
Yeah.
There's nothing like love language. Let me just tell you openly. It is for you to know, to look at the kind of love this man is offering, his style of love, and realize or decide whether you're going to get into that love or not. So this idea of what is your love language, how are you doing, what do you, that one is a fallacy. Let me tell you the truth.
And relationships end because people are trying to learn the language.
Exactly. You actually find yourself, before I even learn the language that Okanda understands, I'm already booted. Nimetupwa, nimetemwa, kimeniramba. Unaona?
Akiwa kipole.
Unaona?
Kabla kirambe kila mtu nataka tufahamuke, kwa sababu naona kabla kirambe mtu yote akile turamba, wacha tufahamuke, tukuje, alafu ndio tukule. Mimi nasikia njaa.
Na leo katika Fahamuka tunazungumzia kuhusu car light indicators. They can be located at the front, the rear, and sometimes at the side of the car on both the left and right hand sides. Kazi ya indicator ni kuonyesha mabadiliko yanayokusudiwa ya mwelekeo, whether turning left or right or moving out in traffic. Ni njia ya kuonyesha dereva mwingine your next step ili usisababishe ajali. Katika maisha ya Mkristo, it is very important to ensure that your indicators are working. Hakikisha your light indicators as a Christian can explain your next move. Si kufanya mambo kiholela holela bila kujali matokeo. Si kukwati hata people around you cannot testify kama umeokoka ama hujaokoka. Juu hawajai kuelewa, hawajai elewa where you stand. Juu nakuanga tu kila mahali kwa wokovu na bado kwa mambo ya dunia. Change your ways. Let them understand that your righteousness light indicators are on. Wacha zikae gangari kila wakati. Fahamuka, uchangamke.
We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Signet, everywhere around the globe. Watu wa US wanatuwatch, mpaka watu wa California by the way wali watch. Unajua California kuna kuanga na Wakenya wengi sana, especially watu wa Nyanza kutoka Kisii wanakuanga na, in fact hiyo state yote karibu inakuwa yao. Minnesota, lakini si hatujasota. Tunashukuru Mungu, Life Garage goes on right now. Now tunaendelea vizuri sana kutambua tu wale ambao wanatutazama. Mululu kabisa Ochieng anasema kutoka South B, miona enda church urudi. Si church bro, ni break. Asante sana. Alafu Karigiti Wanja kwa ndani kabisa. Mata Wanjala kwa ndani. Makuzo umejaa hapa ndani. Wacha nisome hii side nyingine. Sisi talanta yetu ni salamu, mtu akiongea vibaya hapa hata irudi kwa hisho. This is a talent. Salamu na tumeanga salamu. Unajua ni nusu ya kuonana. Asante sana. Alafu sasa tuko hapa na Abel Maktosh kutoka Balongo. Asante sana my brother. Alafu tuko na wengine ni wengi sana. Now tuko na dakika ngapi bwana? Unajua ndio tujue venye tunafanyanga vitu zetu South Africa. Haya, dakika moja. Hiyo dakika moja, sema tu kitu, sema kitu. Hata nikikuuliza swali itaharibu.
Take initiative to just cultivate the habit of being mentally healthy. It starts with you. So kuna hope even for the high schoolers when wamefunga shule. Maximize on this break. Don't just stay without doing anything. Be productive, engage your mind, do something that will keep you fit. Hata by the time narudi shule ukue tu sawa.
Wow. Thank you. Nataka tusemee kitu kwa hiyo, tuseme alafu narudia. Tushika microphone kila mtu. Wewe ndio kwa master. There is hope in Kijaluo. Alafu tunasema, alafu tunaenda break, alafu tuletee chakula hapa. Asema alafu narudia.
Haya, tuseme geno kwanza. So geno is hope, okay?
Ngoja, kuku naye ni nini?
Awachana chakula.
Ngoja.
Gweno.
Gweno, oh ini.
Gweno. That's gweno. That's kuku.
So what are we saying?
Hope is geno.
Oh, sio gweni geno. Tunaona karibu nipate. Geno.
Yes.
Kila mtu anasema
Geno.
Geno.
And then when we say there is hope, we'll say nitiere geno.
Nitiere geno.
Are you muko sawa? Alto, bass, tuko ready?
Give me bass.
Okay, geno. Nitiere geno. There is hope.
Nitiere geno. There is hope after the break.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Njooni tuungane tumsifu Mwenyezi Mungu kila siku ya Ijumaa kuanzia saa 2 ya jioni hadi mida yake ya saa 6 usiku.
Wanadamu watakushusha chini.
Mwangaza TV inakuletea wakati wa kipekee wa kumsifu na kumwabudu Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kushirikisha bendi tofauti za kumwabudu na kumtukuza Mwenyezi Mungu. Ni kila siku ya Ijumaa. Tazama Sifa Night ukiletewa na Carol Washama.
Waliotaka kutuumiza sisi, waliotaka tuaibike, wao ndio watakaoaibishwa katika jina la Yesu Kristo.
F&B manager at Sansa Hotel. In terms of the experience I have with the GUL student, let me say it is a very best experience. I had a lot of them here, and some of them we have worked with them together, and let me say they are the best students to work with. So in terms of knowledgeability, in terms of, let me say, in terms of service in the hotel industry, they are the best. So I'll say kudos to the lecturers at GUL for the good job that you are doing for us.
Neno la Mungu ni Mungu mwenyewe. Ahadi za Bwana hazivunjiki milele. Kila siku ya Jumamosi saa 3 asubuhi usikose kutazama kipindi cha Mwangaza wa Neno. Hapa utapokea mafundisho ya kiungu, ujumbe wa kinabii.
Lakini yameambiwa umenishuhudia Yerusalemu. Hata Roma utanishuhudia.
Hallelujah.
Sasa mkubwa wa jeshi ndiye alikuwa anapelekea habari akuje Paulo auawe. Lakini kabla wamuue, haleluya, Mungu ametangulia.
Amen.
Kabla wakuue, kabla wakumalize, kabla wakupagie mabaya, Mungu ametangulia.
Amen.
Ujumbe wa kukutia moyo na neno la kitume.
Kuna kazi yako ilitawanyika. Sitaki kujua ilienda kona gani ya Kenya. Sitaki kujua kule ilitawanywa. Lakini nakuja na ujumbe wa Zakaria na kusema ya kwamba kilichotawanywa kinarudishwa.
Pia utapata fursa ya kusikiza shuhuda kutoka kwa miujiza iliyotendewa watu wa Mungu ili kuinua imani yako.
Tulikuja hapa kanisani, tulikuwa tumesumbuka sana na tumeteseka sana. Tukaobewa na baada ya kuobewa tukapata mtoto.
Baada ya miaka ngapi?
20 years.
Mwaka wa 2020 niligojeka sana na nikapelekwa hospitali na ikajulikana niko na kansa. Wa leo nimepona. Nilienda test last month na niko cancer free.
Haya yote ukiyapokea katika kipindi cha Mwangaza wa Neno, papa hapa kwenye runinga ya Mwangaza.
Usipitwe na vipindi uvipendavyo katika runinga ya Mwangaza. Unaweza kutufuata na kuzungumza nasi kupitia mitandao ya kijamii kama vile Facebook, like and share ukurasa wetu wa runinga ya Mwangaza. Tufuate pia kupitia Twitter @MwangazaTV, Instagram Mwangaza TV Kenya, YouTube kupitia Mwangaza TV Kenya. Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Mtazamaji, karibu tena sana popote ambapo unatazama. Tuko hapa, nimefika saa the yellow session, the yellow segment imefika. Tunakula, uweze kuja kwa garage na unakaa tu njaa, si ndio? Kwa hivyo tuko hapa na wadosi, na wadosi lazima watoke hapa kama wameshaomoka, wamebarikiwa. And wakati tulianza show niliwaombea, nikawaambia kwamba from this platform Mungu awainue kabisa, wengine State House, wengine UN, wengine waende ng'ambo, waende wainuliwe kabisa in Jesus name. Semeni amen.
Amen.
Mtaomoka, sema amen.
Amen.
Wenye wako single mtapata harusi, sema amen.
Amen.
Wenye mko kwa ndoa mtapata amani kwa ndoa, semeni haleluya.
Haleluya.
Okay, tukule sasa. Sasa lakini tunakula na swag. Tunakula na swag. Unajua uwezi kula tu, unajua ni garage na watu wanakuoch home. So imagine kota tu hivi, tunaanzia hivi tunaenda hivi, si ndio? So unaona hii vitu za green tunaitwa ni vitu tu unaokota. So ukiokota alafu nitaambia kitu ya kufanya. Si tuko sawa? Mtumishi, tunaenda hivi. Ukokota tu alafu ushike hiki.
Namba yenye nataka kama ya juu.
Okota tu ya juu. Si yote. Leo tuna change. Fuate iende tu. Okota, yes. Yes. Okota.
Just one.
Hey, just one. Sorry. Alafu mtumishi tena unaokota tena. Yes. Garage tunabariki watu. Haya.
Hey, last time mlinifanya ile kitu.
Oh, will.
Hey, last time mliniwahi jo.
Guy, Yesu anawapenda. Director, tuko mpaka namba 70 ama?
Wewe baki nayo.
Nibaki nayo.
Tuonyesha vile.
Usiweke chini.
Nisiweke chini. Nibaki nayo, at least mimi nijibu. Zipange from the list to hiyo ingine.
To the list. Ulisema maths ulipata ngapi?
Tumefika namba 50. Hesabu ilikuwa inanichukia.
Last time walinifanya ile kitu.
Hesabu ilikuwa inanichukia yenyewe. Hesabu ilikuwa inanichukia. So the first one weka mbele, weka hapa. Director, leo tunazienda tu venye ziko hapo. 1 3 5 alafu na 7. Hivyo tu. So usiweke kwanza, ngoja niambie instructions. Unaona hiyo TV? Watakwambia tu leo tunaweza kuuliza tu kama kwa mfano Edna. Yani hii ni example na kuuliza. Tuko sawa? Kenya has how many countries? Wewe ndo relax. Huyu ndiye anajibu.
Kenya is the country.
Hivyo na unakota ndizi. Una get?
Okay.
Hivyo tu. Kwa mfano wakuulize hivyo na ukikosa tutakuombea. Mkono wa Bwana tutakuimbia mkono wa Bwana. Sawa. Tuko safe?
Sawa. Turudisha.
Hapana. Hii ni yako hivyo tu. Swali ndio namba yako. Tunaanza number 1. Ukifikia namba yako unaangalia kwa. Wewe ndio mwenyeji. Hapana, hizi jazz kwa leo tu. Haya, director number 1 venye unafanya South Africa ile siku tulipoenda. Who is the governor for Uasin Gishu County? Hiyo inaona ni rahisi tu. Na mtu akirigi. Unajua nakuona kwa TV.
Mtu anaweza jibu.
Ngoja kwanza.
Ndio achukue ndizi yao mwenyewe.
Guy.
Honorable King.
Honorable King. Honorable King. Wow, makofi. Ngoja.
Cheza chini utapata bwana.
Tupige makofi kwanza.
Mshangilie.
Ngoja wewe makofi maze. Amos King Haya, yes. Anaitwa aje? Wewe amesema King. Wewe? Kama kwa sababu unakubali sema ni sawa.
It's okay.
It's very okay. Amos King. Perfect. Ngoja kwanza wewe relax mtumishi. Si ni sawa? Haya, wewe
ni mimi.
Sorry. Nataka ashike microphone. Shika microphone.
Anaitwa Governor B. He's called
Governor B.
B, yes.
B.
That's the name of the governor, yes.
Amazon King. Mimi niko kwa Amazon King.
Nani anasema Amos? Mimi sikusema Amos.
King.
Unasema King.
Mimi niko na wewe.
Wewe uko na Amos.
Mimi niko na King.
The first name.
No, King.
Anaitwa B.
B. I say B. No, it is B double I. B double I.
Wewe tuonyeshe jibu director.
B double I.
Ngoja ni huyo.
Washachukua ndizi zote.
Bado. Fungua kule. Haya, tukuja kwa 3. Tukuja kwa 3. Haya. Lakini tuko na round 2. Haya, 3. Mimi naona King ndio ako sawa. What is Finland in Kiswahili? Kulikuwa na choices maze. Direct hakuna choices hapo. Director.
Finland in Swahili.
Kuna choices, wacha director kuna choices. Kwa hiyo kuna choices. Wacha choices ziko hapo.
Kwa sababu wana load nafasi swali zingine pia zianze huko.
Zitaanzia huko. Hapana kuna choices. Hapana. Wacha niwapatie choices. Nikupatie choices. Choices ni venye hazijaandikwa hapo. Choices. Choice number A. Hiyo ni swali namba ngapi?
3.
Haya,
Ni 2 ama 3?
Okay. Choice A, so this is yours, Ufini, Finlandi, Uswizi, Ufani.
Number 1.
Number 1. Number 1 ndio nini?
Hiyo ndio jibu yake. Washajibu. Wacha sisi tujibu. Yeye amesema 1.
Rudia.
Amesema number 1.
For her sake. Wacha nirudie tu. A, Ufini, B, Finlandi, C, Uswizi, D, Ufani. Ufini. You want to?
Ufini. Alikuwa amesema 1.
1 ndio nilikuwa nashangaa ni gani. Yes. Ufini. Haya, si Ufani. Mimi naona kama ni Ufani. Finlandi. Finlandi. Haya, Finlandi. Wewe jibu. Mimi naona Finlandi. Ufini and you are very correct. And you hapana wewe. Hapana ngoja wewe. Hapana. Wewe rudisha.
But you had already answered.
No, it is us. Nyinyi mnafanya. It is us.
No, but you answered the question.
No. Wait.
The question.
Chukua microphone.
No.
Chukua microphone.
No, my good friend, I made an answer.
Ngoja kwanza. Inakuanga hivi. Unajua wacha tu. Ikuwa swali yake.
Kutax jibu yangu bwana. Wewe una tax jibu yangu. Ufini, hapo nimepata. Ndio tuko sawa.
Haya, sasa ngoja kwanza. Ikiwa ngoja microphone.
Wewe ameniibia bwana.
No, banana was supposed to be for Edna.
Yes, sisi tuko pamoja.
Hapana, ni swali yake.
Baya.
Umeget? Sasa ikiwa no, it is okay, mnyamuko
mnajua.
Ikiwa swali huyu sasa. Haya, ikiwa yeye mtu asichukue. Haya, ikiwa diza napata hiyo swali nataka urudie the same thing, it is hers.
Okay.
Yes.
Sawa.
Yes. Aya.
So tusi
tusi.
hakuna monkey business.
Hii si yako.
Wewe mwache monkey business, sawa?
Aya, monkey business.
Tukue orderly.
Number 5.
Mimi nimesamehewa.
Garage business. Aya, ndio. What is the name of this courageous lady that confronted the Uasin Gishu County leaders as she's demanded a refund of their money in Eldoret on airlift program to study in Finland?
Usipatiane jibu.
Hakuna jibu.
She is Mercy.
Microphone.
Oh. Her name is Mercy. The other name is what I can't remember, but I know she's called Mercy. Yes.
Mercy.
No, we wait for the answer. No, it's my answer. If I'm wrong, that is when you're going to have your own question, because now you're hijacking my bananas.
But I wanted to help.
I don't understand. You help me and eat my banana.
Your future is bright.
Nakula bananas.
Aya, wewe unajua ni nani?
No, I don't know.
Owila?
Acha mwenye swali ajibu.
Masiterus.
Masiterus. Aya, wacha tuone if kama Liza atakuwa amepata one of the names, atapata. Akikuwa hajapata. Masiterus, and you are very correct. No.
Haiko swali lako.
Okay, for example, nikuite what is your name? Nikuuliza what is your name, wewe unasemangaje?
My name.
A microphone.
Okanda Eugene.
So nikikuita Eugene ni jina yako ama si yako?
Wewe twende next.
Yes, wewe mpatie yako but next ni wewe.
Okay.
Haya, mpatie.
5.
Haya, 7.
7.
Wewe ndio anza kundizi yako ndio hiyo sasa official.
Okay.
Ndio hiyo.
Director.
Ken Jen in full. Hiyo. Microphone.
Kenya?
Ini.
Oh my God.
Songeza hizo ndizi hapo.
Ngoja, tulia.
Mimi nimetulia tu, uko na 5 seconds.
5 4
usihesabu.
3
Usimhesabie, atasema umemfanya
2 1. Okanda alikula ndizi yangu na haraka sana.
Kenya geothermal.
Yes, Kenya geothermal, yes.
I'm forgetting the other one.
It's okay to forget.
National.
Kenya geothermal something.
Kenya geothermal something. Chukua ndizi yake. Amesema na jicho. No. Ngoja mtumishi. Tutaona jibu. Kenya geothermal something.
Mtumishi is taking it by force.
Yes.
From the days of John the Baptist.
Yes. Wewe amesema anataka kukula yake. Sasa yes. Ajibu sasa.
Let me see. The last nini pia mimi inanishinda.
Anza na the first yenye unajua.
Generator. Sema generator.
Ati generator. Anza ya kwanza na hilo unajua
generation.
Kenya Geothermal Network.
Kenya Geothermal Network. Ulijishuku? Wewe sema yako basi.
Sema tu hiyo basi.
I wanted to say that one.
No, you already said. What did you want to say?
Network.
So you got
Kenya Geothermal. No. Hujapata jibu.
Now I feel confident.
Yes.
Anyway, so me, I choose to pass that one.
Please.
I pass.
Mimi
You want to try again?
No.
Hapana. Okay. Una change?
No, Kenya geothermal. Then is
network.
What I had.
Geothermal.
Yeah.
Network.
Yeah.
Hey. Wow. Wacha tuone.
Ngoja uone venye
acha mkuu alete.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, Kenya Electricity
One company kwa biko hiyo abbreviation.
Sijui.
Uongo. It is not the answer.
The generating ndio gen.
Generating ni sawa?
Yes, you confirm.
Oh, Kenya what?
Director,
play it again. Kenya Electricity Generating Company.
Alafu Kenya Power ina distribute.
Oh, Kenya Electricity.
Sikuwa na power kwa nyumba jana. Sorry.
Amekufanya ile kitu.
Lakini okay, but I don't know if you are getting the concept. The concept that is hiyo kitu ni unasikianga kila siku. Sijui kama una get. As in unaijuanga hiyo kitu, unajua hiyo kitu. But hujaijua ni full.
USB.
Una get?
Naona swali ya next ni kuja USB.
Next weka sasa hiyo yenye kwa mbele. Number 8 direct. Tutaanzia huko. Haina shida.
Kwa nini uko mkali hivyo?
Hapana. Number 12, number 10, number 9, alafu number 8. Haina shida.
Yawa. Mbona unaona ni kipasi hizi?
Haina. Number 12. 12 is yours.
Yes, please.
Okay. 12.
Director twende.
Network iko sawa.
If your dog has 4 legs but you count his tail as 1 leg, how many legs does your dog have in total? If your dog has 4 legs but you count his tail as 1 leg, how many legs does your dog have in how many legs?
Sasa sisi
ni 4. You can't count the tail as
That's
the...
okay. If your answer is 4, calm down. You
wait,
say
wait.
no, you're not fighting.
Director, please. Director, please. If your dog has 4 legs,
let's start.
4.
Yes.
But you count his legs, his tail
as
one, as one leg.
Addition.
So 4 plus 1.
Add these of it.
How many legs
Add
does
these of
it
it,
have
my
in
friend.
total?
Usiogope.
Hapana, it can't be 5.
So what is the
Add these of
answer?
it. Usikuwe mentally nini.
Mental disturb. Na hizi ni mental
Na
wellness.
hii ni mental wellness.
Kwa sababu anatumia Kenya ameandika.
Alafu unajua ndizo ulikula ya kwanza bro iko ya kweli. Hiyo ilikuwa ya kujalia. Sasa
It was mine. Yeah, it's mine. This is mine. He ate my banana.
so you took yours. Sasa yours ndio hii na hii.
Okay.
If your dog
So you have 2 seconds bro. Final answer?
No, I pass.
I answer for him. Ni mimi next. 4. Si ni mimi.
Okay.
What is it, Owila?
Yes.
4 because there is no way the tail can be a leg.
4.
That's what I wanted
4.
to say.
But you didn't say, bro.
Oh, the dog has 4 legs.
4. Pass 4.
You see, the also the
Bana,
thing is,
sasa wacha tu confirm.
Makes sense to me.
explain.
No, wacha we explain.
I suspect that statement, but you count the tail as the leg is hata kama angekuwa na mguu 3. Hiyo nini labda. That is English, I think. I don't know, but
I'm not the one who said
The
the
answer
question.
only the director knows.
Aya, na ngoja
You
kwanza,
said
ngoja the
4.
instructions. So if the answer is 4, she's the one who will get that one.
So I've said
it's
4.
okay. It's
No,
okay.
You said
no,
after
no.
I said, oh,
Lisa.
Ngoja
But me, I'm
kwanza.
just saying.
Yes. Aya, director twende kazi. Hawa watu wameshika. Hawa nakaa na ziaza. Still 4. Calling your dog's tail your leg doesn't make it 1. Microphone, ongelea kwa
But
microphone.
finally you overthink.
No, you know I tried even giving you all indications. Whole party.
Aya,
Nataka tu
chukua.
overthink.
Bora si mimi. Aya, next ni Alice bado. Next ni Alice.
Labda nitanoa alafu utanichukua.
Aya, wewe ngangana uchukue yake sawa. Aya, mwekee 10 ya Alice.
Yangu ni 10.
Yes.
Okay.
10. Aya, mimi mki overthink sana. I wrote the law books of the Bible. I killed an Egyptian. I saw the burning bush. I took the children of Israel to the promised land. Who am I?
Relax. You know, even the last time we saw such and we ran.
Unaona shida watu ndio
Director knows you.
This is what
Director knows you.
Overthinking. There's a name there above every other name.
Can you...
Please stop overthinking.
Let me tell you, Owila, if you speak
I'm
again,
encouraging you.
if you speak again, I'm going to remove you from this show.
There's a name above it. Choose wisely.
Director, please return it.
Wait, and that is the last time.
I
2
wrote the
seconds.
5
mtoa
law
hapo.
books of the Bible. I killed an Egyptian. I saw the burning bush. I took the children of Israel to the promised land. Who am I? It is Jesus.
Jesus, perfect. Aya, yes.
It is Jesus.
Jesus,
Yes.
Moses. Yes.
Hebu nione options Moses.
Options ndio hizo. Options ndio hizo. Ndio hiyo. Options ndio hizo. Moses, Abraham, Jesus, none of the above.
Kile gani mmefanya Liza iko hapo. Hiyo Moses unajua ilikuwa imefichwa.
Moses, aya. Guy.
Me, I want
Ni Jesus. Hapana, you don't change.
Hebu ngoja.
Umesema Jesus, yes?
Hapana, si umpe
Amesema
second chance.
amesema Moses. Sijamharas.
Nimesema Jesus, nimesema Moses.
Anataka kuchange. Mbona maras?
Why do you
Mimi ndio naendesha issue.
Imagine
What is your
tu
answer?
wageni vizuri. This is the first time Eda is coming to the show. Una maras.
Nasema-
Anataka kuchange. So
Amesema-
what change?
amesema Moses. Moses, Jesus.
No, but I say
Moses.
after but you already mentioned it was Jesus.
Ngoja. I'm going to be very fair. Ngoja. Please. Ngoja. Wait.
It's okay to
No, it's the director's question.
I know.
Tell me your question.
question.
Wait.
It's number 10. It is my question.
It's how it's okay.
So I'm changing. The answer is none of the above.
None of the above.
Yes.
None of the above.
None of the above.
What is it? Why are you copying?
Aya.
Theologically, it's not making sense.
It's not making sense. Wait, why is it not making sense?
No, I'll explain after we
No. Explain. Wait.
You want me to
I
explain?
also see
What explain?
None of them took the people of Israel
the
to the
promised
promised land.
Wacha
but
tuone
you
jibu.
see,
Yeah.
The above.
None of the
but you see
Director tafadhali tupe
Director,
jibu.
the answer. Weka jibu, wachana na swali.
Theologically.
Yes.
Wewe ulishasema Moses.
Wewe kaa chini ndio.
Hapana, ndizi.
Ilikuwa yake. Microphone, jungulia kwa microphone. Yes.
You know, I've never been in this show with someone who can really harass me like the way Eugene is harassing me.
Thank you.
I actually thank God because Owila is on that other side.
This guy.
Bananas, what is it?
Yes. But tumeshika concept. Okay.
The concept is not concepting.
We're
not taking the banana.
Umepata?
Nimeshika vizuri.
Okay, that Moses
Even
said.
mnataka kutu confuse.
Okada is saying.
Yes, and I nimeshika.
Okada is saying the concept is not concepting.
I think I got the banana. The banana is the concept.
The next question unaona hapa.
Number 9.
Moses killed Goliath. True or false?
Mimi hata I'm worried for
Sasa
myself.
we are saying.
Number 9. Who was the obvious first man in the Bible to be born? Tena mnataka overthink. Mtu wa kwanza kwa Bible. Tena unataka kusema ati ni Jesus. Because Jesus is the name above every other name.
Unajua hizi maswali sasa zimeanza
Hapa. Sasa mna okay, governor wa nini? Tumesema governor nini the same?
Cain.
Haki ya nani? Aya. Yes.
I needed energy.
Microphone. Ongelea microphone. Aya, you've said? Cain. Owila?
Nani? Anaitwaje ubibi Adam kwanza? Eve's firstborn.
I don't know.
Si nimejibu swali.
Eve's firstborn.
Eve's firstborn.
Yes. Mtu wa kwanza bibi kwa Bible nani?
Kuzaliwa.
Mtu wa kwanza kwa Bible ndio ameuliza sasa. Cain. Aya we, microphone.
I pass.
Pass. Thank you for passing. Your fish is bright. Tuone kama mtu ataita ameita hiyo kitu vizuri. Ameita Jesus.
Yo, you got a
banana. It is us. It is wewe anakudanganya. Huyu ndiye amepata. Take yours. Hii unajua hii kingdom.
But I already gave you a banana. Relax.
This one is just been eating banana.
Huyu na yenye amekula, unajua yenye amekula hajajibu yake.
Ni yangu nimemrudi.
The Lord shall feed it. It's servant. I can't be wanting bananas here.
Adam na hiyo.
Microphone.
Why should you want bananas?
Nipende.
Number 8. Niweke number 8. Anataka kujibu.
Moses killed the.
They could have passed through the following towns except overthink.
Sasa wacha kukurambe.
Mimi kwenda nishaona Nakuru kweli.
Ai.
Leo ni ile siku hata naumwa na kichwa.
Okay. From Maseno nimeona Ikweta.
Wewe wacha kuandika.
Except Nakuru.
Epo kando chana mpe time.
Waacha atakujibu.
Also, unasema except Nakuru, Mogoti, nimekula Meru, Timboroa. I've been to Nakuru, I've been to Meru. Timboroa iko wapi?
Iko northeast.
North. Iko north.
Molo.
South Africa.
It's not in Kenya.
Timboroa is towards Nakuru.
Ati Timboroa is towards Nakuru.
Wacha na hii mudu.
Ati Timboroa.
Meru iko na Ikweta.
Yes.
Meru iko na Ikweta.
Gani haina sasa?
Swali ni gani haina?
Sijui. Hapana, mimi ndio nimeweka kielele hapo. Jibu, wewe nipata tu jibu.
Inapita kwa hizo towns except Gaza.
Except Mogotio.
Mogotio. Sawa you?
Let me pass that one.
Pass. It is?
Yeah, me pass.
Pass.
Haizi kwa inapita Meru.
Meru haipiti Meru. So your answer is Meru.
Iko.
Unajua nini
what is your answer?
Meru.
Meru? Yeah. You pass?
Pass.
Umesema jibu hapo.
Au
unje umepass?
Mogotio.
Hata mimi nimepass.
Umepass, wewe umepata?
Mogotio.
Haya. Ngoja tu confirm.
Chukua maganda.
Nakuru. Nani unaniletea confusion? Microphone. Ongelea microphone. Ongelea kwa microphone.
Owila, you had said Nakuru. When did you change?
You said kama nimesho nikirudi online nimeona sema
He said
nikasema
No,
I have one more chance.
Yes, one more chance.
24.
At this 24.
Umekula ndizi kweli?
Unalala njaa.
Mwenye anamwambia atalala njaa ndizi amekula ndizi.
I a lot to want banana. The Lord is
You shall not want.
I shall not
Wacha
want.
tuanze.
Bananas, no.
Tuanze kwako tuone utapata.
Okay.
Haya.
Director, be kind.
40. No, you was
yangu ni 50.
Oh, 50.
Director, be kind with me.
Tafadhali mpatie rahisi.
Nimelipa tax.
Yeah, nimelipa tax. Number 50.
After
a very dark night, how many stars will remain in the sky during the day? Mchana.
Atwa?
Akiangai.
After a very dark night.
We don't repeat questions.
None. None. Hakuna options director. Wewe ni director.
Kama none.
Hivi director anakufanya ndivyo alimfanya last time.
None. Yes, Wila. One.
Pass. Me, I'm for one.
Weka jibu surprise. All of them.
Try director wewe acha umeanza mchezo. Director rudisha swali. After a very dark night, how many stars still remain in the
Explain.
My mind was, how many will I see?
I know.
So I can't see.
But you see, they don't go anywhere.
They still remain in the sky.
They don't go anywhere.
Well, director, well.
Microphone.
Afadhali sisi watu wa one wangetupea, si ndio?
Lakini one way
No, what do you mean all of them? The question was how many. You should have a specific number.
So
when you say how many, it means either 2, 3, 10.
Exactly.
All of them is not how many.
Ngoja.
So if there's one star on the sky, one.
Have you ever seen one star on the sky?
Yes.
Only one.
During the day.
During night.
Nikupigie, let me call you.
Haya, wacha tukuje kwa 40. Haya, tukuje kwa 40.
Hard on her direct.
Haya. Yesu anawapenda.
What is the best?
What is the better?
Let me read for myself.
Okay,
I don't want
microphone.
people to read for me.
This one.
Yes. Okanda, don't confuse Liz. Let me read for her. What is the better or respectful word one should use to describe a man who does not have all his fingers on one hand?
Abnormal, able differently, multi-fingered person, normal.
No, can you allow me to just process this on my own?
Shh, sawa. You have 5 seconds.
Thank you.
But director kona favoritism.
Lakini shida
iko na options ban.
Who does not have all his fingers on one hand?
I mna overthink again nani? Yeye yani mna
Who does
overthink.
not have all his fingers on one hand?
You have 1 second. Director anasema hivyo.
It's
An answer.
Abled differently.
Able differently. Perfect.
B.
Haya.
Stop it.
Tuonyeshe sasa.
Ngoja mimi sijajibu. Director anaonyesha aje.
Okay, sawa. What is your able different? Yes. Normal. Ama normal.
Yeah, normal.
Yes.
Tendo la huyo.
Ya huyo ni gani? Able differently.
Yeah, able different. Swali director. One more time.
Mwambie pull selector.
Yeah, pull
I'm not changing.
What is the better or respective word one should use to describe a man who does not have all his finger on one?
It is normal. It is not abled differently. It is normal because
now we are not changing answer.
I have changed because
What are the
I'm given the option.
What are the circumstances? What are the circumstances?
Normal because people usually have their fingers on one hand. Remember yote. Atoa. Okay. Microphone.
Where's my camera?
My camera.
Yeah. This is the banana.
It's first banana.
It's fast.
The first one.
Second.
My second banana.
This is banana yellow.
Illegal. That is the first illegal banana.
Sometimes silence is yellow, sometimes silence is gold.
Because it's normal.
Haya, tumemaliza. Director, kuna swali lingine?
Hawajamaliza.
Oh, 30. Oh, sorry. 30. Sorry, 30.
Liz, able different and nimecheka.
How many teeth?
Honestly.
How many teeth does a normal cat have? An ordinary, normal adult
cat.
Yes. Paka, si unajua paka?
I know.
Yes, imagine.
Ziko taita.
Ziko taita kila mahali.
Wasikusumbue, cat is a very small animal. Don't overthink.
Now that kuna options.
Awacha, hakuna options. Hakuna options. Meno wewe. Wasikudanganye. Picture tu a cat na venye ni tudogo.
Meno ni meno.
Picture cat venye ni tudogo. Cat. C-A-T. C-A-T. Composure, attitude, talk. 3 seconds.
I passed that one.
Thank you for passing. I'm a pass. Next.
Okay, next. What
Okay.
32.
32. Perfect. Yes.
I wanted to say 32.
Say it.
32.
I also say 32.
32. Okay.
Don't take a banana.
Maji yangu siwezi kunywa maji yangu.
Okay. No, let me surprise you. It's not correct. Another guess. Mwenye anapata guess right ana get. Whose question it was yours. Another chance,
yes,
because
another
all
chance.
of you are wrong.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't say all of us.
Microphone.
Yeah, every question is right, man.
Yeah, okay.
Don't say we are wrong here.
Cat.
Yes, adult cat.
See that cat.
Kidogo hivi ya black.
16.
16.
Hey.
16.
Liz, I'm proud of you.
16. 28.
Okay, pass.
Bado na pass.
Owila is still at 32.
32. Umesema 28.
32.
That is 15 or 16.
Mimi nimesema 16.
16. Owila another game.
32.
Bado 32. Haya basi, weke jibu juu na Owila lakini
bado jibu yako.
And 30.
Well,
yes.
Well, extra round of that thing. 16, 28.
On the round of that.
On the round of that thing from 32 to 30.
Yes. Tuende kwa yako ni gani? 24. Ni wewe.
Ni yangu.
Wewe kila mtu anyamaze.
Kila mtu anyamaze.
I'm proud of you, Owila.
No, but what's your approach? In rahisi.
I wish mtu mwingine angegeti.
Wacha ambiwe.
Let tuna way. After. Oh, no, si rahisi.
Ungechukua hiyo shot.
What's your approximate weight? Karibu niseme kilogram yangu very fast. In pounds.
Yes.
What? In pounds?
1 pound is equals to how many kgs?
I don't know. Wait,
I'm asking him.
Usmano, let him think.
Useme.
Hapana wewe.
Si umesema jibu yako ni utajibu mtu asijibu. What is it?
Mtu asijibu.
Umesema no one should answer, bro. It is your question. Question it.
100 kilograms. Where's my question?
He's asking for the formula. Anataka formula. Director, we anataka formula.
1 pound nishaenda kuoji saa hii tena. Nikitoka tu hapa narudia kuoji. Hii imeweza. Umeona swali?
Sijaona.
Guy, director mwekee swali basi. 2 seconds na mtoe. Nimesweat.
What's your approximate weight in pounds? 1 pound is equal to how many kilograms?
I don't know.
You know, Edna.
Wewe.
Edna jibu weight yako.
Amesema msijibu wewe. Mkidhubutu kujibu.
Sikusema ati wasijibu. Hajajibu. Sasa kama hajajibu.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
microphone.
I can answer
there
for
are 3
you.
bananas left.
Actually, it's not even about the bananas. Your weight can never be weighed in pounds. Pounds is currency.
No, wewe jibu swali yako kwanza. Mimi tujibu zetu.
Si ndio nimejibu hiyo?
Okay.
Yes.
100 kilograms.
My answer, yes, exactly.
So in pounds?
Or in pounds? 0.
0 pounds, yes. We are weight yake ni 0 pounds, yes.
Pounds is currency. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me, according to me, pounds is currency.
Pounds is currency.
What's your weight in pounds?
I tend to agree with her.
Yes.
Pounds in currency.
Wow, we have 3 bananas left. Don't be shy, bwana. We have more questions coming.
But you know there's
what did you think pounds are?
Meona said that 1 pound is equal to how many kilograms?
I know pounds is currency.
Pounds is currency.
But
pounds is currency.
That question was testing my mental health.
Okay.
0.
Mimi na pass ban. Mimi nimepass.
Huyu amepass. Haya, director, unleash the surprise.
Unleash.
Your weight in kgs multiplied by 2. 1 kg equals to 2.2 pounds.
Yes, I said 100.
We are 100 kg in pounds.
200.
It's around 200 and something.
Who told you? You 100 ndio hiyo, I'm 50.
Okay, whoever is, because what you are search 1 kg in pounds, what you are search.
Akisearch kuna 3 bananas left, questions zimeisha.
Hapana.
Hata
aya
1 kg is how many pounds?
Microphone.
It's 2.2.
1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
Wow.
Yes.
So director, how are we supposed to know that?
Iko.
How are we supposed to know that? Even when the teachers on BMI, it's usually weight.
Aya, I have a question.
It depends. It depends which country. You don't measure weight in pounds direct.
Director seems to be international.
Yes. This is an international show. People watch.
Director is a she or a he?
Director is a he.
Trust me.
Wow.
Okay, but if you've been so cautious with the wrestling, if you ever watch wrestling, unasikianga kusema the
no, is your kuchocha, ni kuchocha.
No,
you don't use that in sports. It's wrong.
That is in sports.
No, you don't use that in drugs. You use kilograms.
But to use it in
we want to know your kgs.
Your future is bright. Aya, twende kazi.
You know, for him, the only workout he does is jumping into concrete.
Oh no.
That is
yes, anakuwa.
That is ultimate workout.
Okay. This one is the one who answers this one gets it right. Sawa.
Okay. We are ready.
No, they get the 3 bananas.
No, one.
Surely.
No, I'm just asking.
This one, you shout the answer. Kila mtu microphone iko hapa. Very fast.
No, we were not taught to shout. But it's okay.
You say it. You say it.
You scream.
Listen to the question. Isaac was sacrificed by his father Abraham on the mountain called.
He was not sacrificed.
You are very correct. Okota ndizi.
Thank you.
Okota ndizi.
Tena intro.
Moja. Rudisha hiyo moja. Rudisha hizo hapo. Another question.
Wewe kulanga hiyo.
Unakula.
Akisema swali relax.
Aya. How many director uko na swali za last week? Weke namba. Director konayo. Kuna sosa? Kuna sosa. Unaniambia kuna sosa. Lakini nitauliza hii. Jukuli ndizi ni mbili. Weka sosa. Jusi na answer hiyo sosa.
Where are the Kenya Secondary Schools Sports Association?
Kakamega,
and you are very correct. Okota ndizi.
Moja.
Then Kakamega, the secondary school. Now director, weke swali za last week, weka number 40. 40. Angalia hapo. Hiyo ukaanza kushauta na get.
Shout, scream.
Namba sio hiyo, wewe umeweka zingine.
Hiyo si hiyo.
Sio hiyo. No, but okay, sawa tu.
Paris,
Asia.
Okay, sawa, yes.
Si hiyo.
Yes, okay, hiyo.
Best waliuliza kuleta bwana.
Twende hiyo.
Hapana, that's it.
Sawa. Yes. What is your?
Asia.
Yes, you. Asia.
But I was the first one.
Haina shida. Asia, yes. Director anipige kelele wetu.
France itself is a country. So Paris is the one which is the capital.
Continent. Swali iko tu sawa. Paris is the capital city of France and not
wewe director cha mchezo.
And you are
very continent attack.
Oh, thank you very much.
What was the question?
Actually,
France,
the capital city of Paris.
France, the capital city of Paris.
The capital city of France.
Yes, that's what she said.
Second line director inakuja aje.
Continent.
Give us the continent.
No.
No, it's not okay.
The question. Listen, the question is asking. France is found in which continent?
Soma venye iko. France, which is the capital of Paris?
That's the additional part of the question.
I agree with you, Kanda.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Kila mtu ashike how many bananas
ushakula? What do you mean?
Sawa. Hapana, hizi ndio zangu ni mbili. Hizi ni mbili. Kila mtu ashike zake, shika zako, kila mtu ashike za ukweli. Then count. No, yes, the legal ones.
Legal ones 3. 2.
Yes.
Hii moja ni nani?
Yes.
These are 4.
Hii ilikuwa yangu.
Oh, hiyo ilikuwa yangu.
Yes.
4.
4.
I have one but I've eaten 3.
You have one but you've eaten.
Okay. We have 4 in your mentality. We have a question for them.
We have a question for you. Director. Yes, we
need to have a winner.
Yes, lazima there's a reason.
We have to. You are right.
Okay, kila mtu shika microphone. No, you two of you, please.
Okay.
2 of you. Haya, hii ni rahisi sana. Hii ni rahisi sana.
Hot seat.
I know.
Haya, director.
Ama ni kuachie Liz.
Hapana.
Mimi naona nitakuachia.
Haya, mwenye
Hiyo ni mental.
hii ni mental issue. Haya, hii ilikuwa rahisi sana. Rahisi sana ndio hii, si ndio? Are you there?
Yes.
Haya. What is pink color in Swahili?
Surely.
Yeah, pink kwa Kiswahili inaitwaje? Pink.
Pinky.
Yes.
Sema tu pinky.
I pass.
Pass. Guy. Yes? Options. Sina options.
Hakuna optioni. Mimi I pass.
Okay, sawa bado. Another one inaitwa waridi. But lazima to break.
Wait, waridi is pink.
Yes.
What is purple?
Aya, ya mwisho kabisa director. Aya. Hii wacha niulize tu tafadhali. Who is the senator for Nairobi? Edwin Sifuna, and you are very correct. Thank you very much. Sasa umeshinda. Now, this is what we do on because to improve sana. Now, the winner of the garage 11th August and is none other is other than Edna. Yay! Wow. So chukua microphone iko wapi? Ndio hii hasa. Toa speech. Your Thanksgiving.
Acceptance.
Yes, acceptance speech kwa hiyo camera. Very fast. Okay, hapa. Aya, you have 30 seconds.
And lastly, I want to thank me.
Aya, okay. Mimi katu hata kama. Aya, yes.
First I'd like to thank myself for working hard, working smart, not giving up. Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you so much for this Bible study. I've been looking for this actually.
Wow.
I have been.
Wow.
I have been. Expositor Study Bible. Thank you so much.
I've been her mentor.
You have been the bodyguard.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching the show. Kumbuka kwamba show itakuwa na repeat kesho every Saturday from 9:30 in the PM. God bless you. Now together going to share the grace. Mtumishi uko na kitabu hapa. Hiyo kitabu mtu akitaka kupata anaipata wapi?
So what's up everybody? So if you want to get my book, you can follow me across the social media handle as Okanda S Eugene on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and you can just DM me and I'll be able to get back to you. But also on my Facebook page, it has my number. You'll be able to chat me up on WhatsApp and I'll be able to reach out to you. Wow. The book goes for 1,000 shillings. You can borrow as many copies as possible, and you can also buy for your friend.
Thank you very much. Kindly allow me to finish this. Thank you very much for watching. Mungu abariki sana. Let's look at this camera and say share the grace. Kila mtu ashika microphone. Now may the grace
of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen. Shalom.
Shalom.
Cheers. God bless you.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If not, this is how. Go to YouTube, search for Mwangaza TV Kenya. Select Mwangaza TV Kenya YouTube account. On your right hand side, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell to ensure every time we update our content, you are on the know. Mwangaza TV Kenya, new and inspiring content every day.
Unatazama Mwangaza TV, tumaini lako.
Oh yes, mtazamaji wa Left Garage, imefikia ile segment poa sana ambayo inapendeza sana. I'm telling you, one of the best segments of the show inaitwa Celebrate Me Now, and today I'm telling you we're celebrating this man here. Leo na celebrate pia mimi by the way, kwa sababu jamaa anakuanga na kitu inaitwa yani the spirit of excellence. Everything he does, yeye anakuanga mtu excellence, na hapo maneno, alafu anapenda God sana, prayer, Bible. Tunamcelebrate. Is none other than the best editor, video editor ambaye mimi nishajua in this nation. I'm telling you, is none other than the R to the O to the B to the E to the R to the T, Robert. Tunamcelebrate siku leo. Kwa hivyo tukuje tuongee naye, tuone yeye alizaliwa wapi na mambo yake na kuna namna gani. Kwa hivyo this is Celebrate Me Now. Kuja tuende tuone huyu Robert mambo yake ikoje. Unajua watu wanajua Robert lakini wanamuona tu, lakini ungependa kujua Robert kiundani.
Okay.
So tuambie Robert alizaliwa tarehe ipi, mwezi upi, lakini mwaka ni wewe utasema ama utawacha?
Sawa, asante sana ndugu yangu. Kwa majina naitwa Robert Mukura Thuo. Nilizaliwa huko tu Nairobi, Pumwani, na nikalelewa bado tu huko Nairobi. Tarehe ilikuwa March 22nd. Yes, lakini miaka ni za kitambo sana.
Tunazijua za kitambo kabisa.
Haya,
sasa primo ulienda wapi?
Primo tu nilienda huko Starehe, inaitwa Rescos Primary School. Yeah.
Kwa hivyo ni born town, mtu Nairobi?
Mimi ni born town, kila kitu tao.
High school ukienda wapi?
High school pia nikaenda huko tu Isilini, to St. Teresa's Boys High School. Yes.
Baadaye sasa ukiwa pale St. Teresa's, najua kuna somo lile ambalo ulikuwa unapenda sana. Lile somo liko lipi?
Mimi nilikuwa mdeadly sana. Nilikuwa napenda sana sciences na mathematics. Mimi nilikuwa mtu mathematics, nilikuwa mtu physics, biology na chemistry. Na history na CRE. Lakini languages kidogo. Najua wanaume sana hatukuangi tunabobea mambo za languages. Sana languages tumeachia ladies. Kiswahili, Kizungu.
Lakini unajua kusema languages na wao kutoka na Kevin Kariba na Arthur Kiathi bwana, unajua choma picha bwana.
Ni kweli, lakini unajua sasa nasema tu ni rare cases. Wengi wetu
ni rare James hao.
Yeah, hao ni special. Tuseme hao ni special case. Kabisa.
Sasa ukitoka pale St. Teresa's ukaenda campus ama college ulienda wapi?
Tulikaa kidogo, then kukakuwa na hii interest ya mambo na media, then tukatoka hapo ndo tukaweza kupata opportunity, tukaingia scholarship, tukaweza kupata Kenya Polytechnic University. Then from there ndo tulisomea mambo ya media, both electronic and printing. Yeah.
Acha turudi nyuma kidogo. Unajua hapo umesema wakati ulizaliwa, maybe how many siblings, mko ngapi kwenu?
Sisi tuko 5 na mimi ndo wa mwisho.
Wewe ni last born?
Yeah, mimi ndo last born.
Lakini composure uko nayo mtumishi bwana, yakaa kama first born sana bwana.
Ni tuseme tu ni kwa sababu ya upbringing yetu. Najua sasa mahali pia mimi nimelelewa yani wale mimi nafuata ni watu wakubwa. Tumeachana na gap kubwa sasa ya miaka. So sikuwa na otherwise ile tu inabidi tu na machua mapema. Kwa sababu sasa unajua sasa wale watu tulikuwa tucheze nao sasa unaona washakuwa kubwa. So unapata ile environment ile niligrow nao ilikuwa ni watu wamemachua. So hapo ndo pia mimi nao niliweza kumachua mapema. Yes.
Hebu ukiwa pale mtoto ukiwa last born, kuna ile upendo wewe ulipitia ile upendo wa last born ule kupendwa na wazazi sana ama ilikuwaje?
Kabisa. Wazazi wangu walikuwa ni watu wazuri sana. Walikuwa very supportive kwa maisha yangu. Ni watu walikuwa wana identify ni nini unapenda, then from there wanakusupport. So siwezi sema kuna anything kwa wazazi wangu, na washukuru sana. Ingawaje pia mzee alituacha
Pole.
But I really appreciate him, na pia my mother. Mungu awabariki sana. They have been great parents kwa maisha yangu na pia kwa maisha yetu kama pia mandugu. Yes.
Haya, tukija pale kwa maybe high school ama shule, ulikuwa unapenda sport gani?
Ndugu wangu, sasa mambo ya sports. Wacha niseme hivi, nilikuwa sio kuchocha ama nini, but nilikuwa multi talented kid nikigrow. So mimi nilikuwa nacheza basketball, nilikuwa nacheza cricket, nilikuwa nacheza football, na nini nyingine, nilikuwa pia na pool, unajua ile pool table. So mimi nilikuwa ni mtu more rounded, nilikuwa nafanya vitu mingi at the same time. Bado nilikuwa drama club, nafanya music, dancing, nafanya acting, nafanya dancing pia kwa kanisa, nilikuwa pia na dance. Yani nilikuwa tu, yani niligrow na upbringing ya activities mingi. Siwezi sema nilikuwa specific mahali pamoja. Which pia nashukuru Mungu.
Wow.
Yes.
Sasa ukatoka pale TUK ulisomea media Baadaye kazi ikakuaje sasa?
Kutoka hapo ndo pia tukapata kazi, nikaanza kwa media station kidogo hapa. Then nikaenda hivyo tu nikiprogress with time, experience, opportunities. Ndio sasa mpaka nikaweza kufikia hapa mahali niko sasa. Yes.
So huyu Robert, unajua nimekuona vidole ni kama kidole naona iko busy vipi?
Kidole iko busy. Sorry. Kidole iko busy, nimesahau, pole. Kidole iko busy. Hatuwezi nini.
So ushatoka soko. Ulitoka mwaka upi sokoni?
Mwaka tulitoka mwaka za kitambo sana ndugu yangu. Kitambo sana.
So watoto wako ama bado?
Watoto wako, niko na watoto wawili. Mmoja anaitwa Andrew Mwaura na mwingine anaitwa Ariela Kafura.
Wow. Hiyo ni mzuri sana. Tunapoendelea sasa, nataka tujue sasa Robert, hapa mahali pa editing sasa, hapo unajua wewe kazi yako inajulikana kama excellence, you are the master of excellence kwa hii kampuni mzima. Hii excellence ilitokea wapi na editing ilianza vipi?
Vile tu nilisema from kitambo tu nilikuwa passionate na mambo za media, but nikakuwa sana pande ya behind the scene. Nasikia wanasemanga wale watu wa behind the scene kwa media stations, sisi ndio wale tunaitanga ma chief chef, yani wale watu wanapikanga ile chakula alafu sasa mnakuja mnapakuliwa sasa kwa TV station. So sasa sisi ni wale watu wanapikanga sasa hizo vitu huko kwa kitchen. So tuseme pia mambo na excellence, tuseme tu ni Mungu. Hapo sasa sijui tutasema nini. Sifa na shukrani zote ni kwa Mungu.
Tunajua Robert ni mtu mcha Mungu sana, mtu ambaye anapenda God, maombi, mambo ya watu wanasema wewe ni deep sana bwana kwa neno, mambo ya prayer. Hiyo uliokoka lini bwana?
Kwa niliokoka kitambo, nilikuwa kwa mambo za kanisa nikiwa mtoto mdogo. Tulikuwa tuna dancing kwa kanisa. So from there ndo at least tuliweza kukuwa na hiyo foundation ya kanisa, mambo ya maombi, mambo ya fasting. Hiyo upbringing ya kikanisa. Ilianzia tu huko tu tukiwa watoto wadogo mpaka sasa hivi mahali vile tumefikia sasa hivi.
Wow. Maybe tuseme in the next few years Robert atakuwa wapi? Ile tamanio, ile dream.
Dream ni kukuwa my own boss. Tuweze kufungua kampuni yenye pia inaweza kusaidia watu wengi, na iweze pia kuemploy watu wengi, na iweze pia kupatia watu opportunity ya waweze kushowcase their talent, na ama waweze kukuza ile talanta wako nayo Mungu amewapatia. My desire ni pia niweze kumentor as many people as possible. Na ile kidogo Mungu amenipatia niweze kushare na kumentor wale wako chini yangu pia, na wao pia waweze hata kunipita na waweze hata kukua better than me. That is my desire, that is my prayer, and that is my joy. Yes.
Haya, quick fire hapa sasa, nataka tuendelee. Favorite color yako ni gani?
Color yangu ni black and white. Yes.
Hata naona sasa uko kwa white.
Asante.
Unajua uko na gari hapo chini, hata ndio ulikuwa unatafuta space hapo pakiwe, lakini kuna ile dream car yako ni gani?
Dream car yangu ni Lexus LX 570. Yes.
Kala gani hiyo mnapenda? Ingekuwa kala gani?
Grey ama black. Yes.
Favorite food yako ni gani?
Favorite food yangu ni ugali, mboga za kienyeji. Ikiwa imechanganya mboga zote za kienyeji, kansera, terere, managu, zote hapo ndani unanipata, alafu na samaki.
Kwa hivyo unasema wewe unapenda ugali na mashakura ya mboga pamoja?
Mboga za kienyeji, traditional food.
Na fish.
Na fish hapo ndani. Alafu tunamalizia na uji. Uji hapo kila kitu.
Okay, tukimalizia kabisa, ukipewa 10 100 million sahi utaspend aje? 100 million.
100 million. 100 million vile tu nilikuwa nimesema. Dream yangu ni kufungua my own business. Nikipatiwa 100 million ni ku make sure that kampuni imesimama na imeweza pia kuprogress na imeweza kukua kubwa. Hiyo pesa ndio natumia kufanyia hiyo mambo ya biashara. Yes.
Asante sana.
Na pia kutoa tithe. By the way, tithe ndio itakuwa number 1. Kutoa tithe na first fruit, and then sasa tuipangie maneno mengine. Yes.
Naitwa Francis Werura, mimi ni mhariri na mtangazaji hapa Mwangaza TV, Kiheo TV na vile Mwangaza wa Neno FM. Na tunapo celebrate Roba, huwa tunamuita Roba. Kwanza kabisa, Roba nilimjua kitambo sana, miaka mingi sana. Tumefanya kazi naye kwa muda mrefu sana kwa sessions zingine kabla kuweza kujiunga na Mwangaza TV, vile Kiheo TV na Mwangaza wa Neno FM. Na vile naweza sema kuhusiana na kazi yake, yeye anafanya kazi yake kwa umakini sana. Yani ni mtu ambaye ana tajriba kubwa sana kuhusiana na mambo na ile ambayo tunasema kwamba ni video editing. Najua kwamba ameweza kuedit stuffs ambazo zimefanya vema sana. Si stuffs ambazo ni documentaries, ameweza kufanya nyingi sana. Si zile ambazo ni za taarifa, ameweza kuzifanya. Kwa hivyo ni mtu ambaye ni mahiri. Yani mtu ambaye kazi ya Roba inajiuza tu yenyewe tu. Inajiuza tu yenyewe, ni kazi ambayo ni nzuri. Na kusema kweli, Roba ni mfano ambao ni wa kuigwa na watu wengi. Nimemuona kwa macho yangu, ameweza kukuza vipawa vya watu wengi, ameweza kusaidia ni wanafunzi wale ambao sasa ndo wanajiandaa kuingia katika fani ya utangazaji. Amekuwa pale mstari wa kwanza kuweza kuwasaidia. Na jambo lingine ambalo siwezi taka kusahau kuhusiana na Roba, yani huyu jamaa ni mcha Mungu sana. Yani Roba yeye huwa anaenda center prayers zile za maombi sana. Ni mtu ambaye anapenda kusali sana, mtu ambaye anapenda Mwenyezi Mungu sana, kazi yake anafanya vema. Yani ni mtu tu ambaye kusema kweli yeye na kazi yake na Mungu ni watu ambao wanapelekana, ile ambayo tunasema sabamba, wanapelekana hapa kwa hapa. Kusema kweli, Roba, I celebrate you, and above all, kazi yako ni kazi nzuri.
Hi guys, mimi naitwa Masha na nafanyanga kazi ya graphics. Apart from that, I also edit. Na leo tuna celebrate Roba kwa sababu he's a good editor. Yeye hutengeneza poster pia, na pia yeye kuja mapema. So Roba, we celebrate you. God bless you, and yeah.
Sasa ni mambo ni aje? Jina langu ni Evelyn na niko hapa kucelebrate Robert Mukura, na ambaye ni my colleague ambaye tumekuwa tukifanya na yeye mahali hapa kwenye Mwangaza TV, na kwa hakika ni jamaa mzuri, ukisikiza na sauti ni ule mtu mkibonga na yeye akicheka tu hata wewe unasikia enyewe kicheko imetoka. And then he's passionate about his work, anapenda kusocialize na watu, kazi yake ni top notch. Yani akikufanyia kazi he's like ana kudeliver. So Robert, I'm here to celebrate you and I'm giving you your flowers when you are alive, me as Evelyn and Mwangaza fraternity, and thank you for being a good guy. Keep it up. I celebrate you.
My name is Kanyakadeto Wajikumu Radhime wa Kenya Jue. I am a staff in Mwangaza Inspirational Limited, working as a radio presenter in Mwangaza Wareno FM. Na nikiongea kidogo tu kuhusu Robert. Robert, I've known him for quite some good years, long ago, even before tukuje hapa Mwangaza Inspirational. And for real, Robert is just a great guy. When it comes to editing, huyu jamaa anakuanga na creativity tu ingine ya hali ya juu. And then he's that guy who works up to date, ikiwa ni editing, unamwambia hii show yangu inahitajika kwenda on air, I need like tuona bumpers zake before. Robert unakuanga mtu very timely, alafu he's ready for correction. Ile tu ukimwambia idea yangu iko hivi na yako ready ku chip in, anakuambia tunaweza fanya hiyo show ikuwe more than great kwanzia hii ama nyingine. He's just a nice guy. Today I want to celebrate Robert. I wish him all the best, and today I celebrate you, Robert. You are a great guy, you have a bright future, and God akubless tu sana in all your endeavors.
Kwa majina ni Robert Thuo, editor, graphics, Mwangaza TV, and you are watching Celebrate Me Now, ndani ya Live Garage, na Mihona Kenyanized, yani kijana mtanakoti. Mtanakoti yani bila shati, lakini anapenda koti, lakini akipatiwa shoti hawezi mind ndani ya koti. Asante.